and welcome back to another episode of Mystery Red Reads. I am your host, Mystery Red, and this is my disclaimer. This beta read in concrete is at the author's request. This video is for learning purposes. Today we're looking at a piece of original fiction. We are looking at Chapter 9 of Infinite Shades for Crystal Committee. Let's see, we are ready to make notes if we need to. This is interesting. It's a section 1. In lieu of chapter 9. But it is saying chapter 9 up here. I wonder what that's about. And it's highlighted. Maybe it's a personal note. Curious. I'm wondering. I'm sure that Crystal Committee will tell me because I know that they will respond. All the things that I muse as I go, they're like, oh, they can't wait to tell me all about. So, this is Monday. Of course, I don't know when it'll be for you when you're listening to this video, whoever you are, and Crystal Committee. But I'm enjoying a nice cup of hot chocolate in lieu of coffee this morning. And I'm thinking, I wish I could call it buy me a hot chocolate instead of a coffee, or buy me a mocha, because I'm a chocolate girl. So anyway, here we go. We are going to get started. What I'm going to do is just, I've got a whole playlist for Crystal Committee. And at this point, when I have multiple reads for someone, I'm just going to make a playlist for them for both their convenience and anyone who is following their story and the evolution of it. This is my first pass, I believe, at chapter 9. So let's see where we are. Sam moves down the hallway, exhaustion weighing on her as she drags her luggage, searching for her keys. Her hand slips from her pocket, settling on the handle of her gun when she sees the apartment door ajar. Is it ajar? I think it's ajar. It almost made me want to say awar. I don't know why, because I know it's ajar. I guess we don't say it much, but we use it frequently in writing, honestly. Wow, that's kind of cool, actually. I like when we use words that we don't get to see very often, but that people know the meaning of. Okay. Focusing. Y'all, I gotta warm up. By like paragraph 3, we should have me completely focused. All right. Well, that's not suspicious at all. Welcome home, Sam. She pauses, eyes darting toward the surveillance cameras lining the hallway. For a moment, she clears her mind, tuning in for any sense of danger. When nothing stirs, she relaxes her grip and draws a deep breath. At least it's not a full. What are we on? We're on paragraph 2. Yeah. So hopefully by paragraph 3, I can read like a reader. All right. When nothing stirs, she relaxes her grip and draws a deep breath. At least it's not a full-blown ambush. Yet. Steeling herself for whatever awaits, she steps inside. She flips the switch, but nothing. Perfect. What's next? Bats in the belfry? A chill brushes her skin, cold enough that her breath might fog the air. Okay, I'm like, okay, so this is so foreboding. And I know we're wanting me to like read like a reader, but this is amusing that is just screaming to me. Okay, she's come to a half open front door, which is creepy in and of itself. If you've ever experienced any kind of invasion of your personal property. And then she goes to turn on the light. She actually goes inside and she goes to flip the light switch, but there's no power. Now, we see this all the time in movies, or, you expect it. But if you're reading, sometimes when I read and then I go back and watch something, or it doesn't have to be like, let's say, the movie version versus the written version. But just generally speaking, if I've been reading for a while, like immersing myself in books and not looking at too much TV, and then I go back and I try to watch TV, I'm like, oh, I thought this was such a great show and the acting's just horrible. But it's really not. You know that it's not. If you're used to watching TV. As writers, you probably understand what I'm talking about, where the imagination can get to be more vivid than even live action in a movie. So anyway, in some respects, and others, it's really good, but it'll take me a minute to readapt to the screen version of something. And I'm thinking, okay, so she's turning the switch and there's no power. Okay. And I'm like, This is like every horror movie ever, but this is a spy type story, okay? That's kind of what the vibe is for this. So at the same time, I'm cringing, and that's a human reaction I'm having. Anyway, I've got to get myself together, but I'm squirming. Like I'm kind of like, okay, what is? It's probably nothing. It might just feel like it's gonna be something, and it might be nothing, but then it could be something. I'm squirmy. I'm squirmy. She flips the switch, but nothing. Perfect. What's next? Bats in the belfry. A chill brushes her skin, cold enough that her breath might fog the air. The stillness feels like a prelude to disaster. See, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Okay, I see a bad mood rising. Okay, CCR sneaks into her head. Love me some CCR. I see trouble on the way. Yeah, girl, I do too. Hey, focused much? Sam directs at Amanda, hunched over her computer array. The dim glow from the monitor throws. I think we want plural there. Eerie shadows throughout the room, and the soft hum of the cooling fan adds to the tension. Pausing. Okay, so wait. She come down the hallway. She's dragging her luggage. She's just got back to her apartment. The front door's half open. She steps inside. She turns on the light. There's no power. She looks over and I guess, okay, so I had the whole creepy feeling, and I was expecting her to be like coming in to examine her apartment, look around, and be like, okay, has it been invaded? Is there someone in there? Is it a trap? Is she just coming home to find that Amanda's left the door open? But between this paragraph and the sensation that I had from the beginning, and then this paragraph, it's like she just walked in and absolutely nothing happened, and Amanda's just sitting there and everything's normal. Has she seen Amanda? Yep, there she is. Yep, Amanda mutters, not flinching. We might need a comma there, maybe. Maybe does that let it go? Yep, that corrected the little grammar alert, even though I don't know that it was necessary. It felt like it was, whatever. I'm indifferent. Okay, so what can we do between here and here as I'm warming up into the story, and then all of a sudden everything's fine and nothing happened? I'm thinking the dim glow from the monitors throws eerie shadows throughout the room, and the soft hum of the cooling fan adds to the tension. So we have tension, which we had here, but Amanda's just like there, and the way that paragraph made me feel was like something was going to happen, which I guess it was meant to, but I'm trying to figure out the transition needs smoothing. It needs something. Okay, so what is it the transition needs? It needs a segue between the ominous feeling here and the sudden everything's fine here. What could that be? I think she needs to see Amanda before she speaks. Like, okay, she steps in, scans the room. What does she see as she scans the room? Amanda's there in the corner. Oh, then Sam internalizes everything's fine and then says, hey, focus much. Like this almost should happen. I feel like the dialogue should happen down here. And she needs to scan the room. Maybe. Okay, so she should see Amanda in the corner. I got an idea. We're going to rearrange it a little bit and then try it and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to read from the last line here on down. Creedence Clearwater Revival sneaks into her head. So much easier to say CCR, but I'm not recommending you change that in any way, shape, or form. My mouth is just not warmed up enough to read it smoothly. We will get there. I see trouble on the way. Girl, I did too, right? I agree. Still no changes there. The dim glow from the monitors throws eerie shadows throughout the room. Okay, so the dim glow from the bank of computers, because she has more than one monitor. It's like a wall of monitors. The dim glow from the row of monitors from the wall of monitors. I'm not really sure of the visual on it. So from the monitors throws eerie shadows throughout the room. and the soft hum of the cooling fan adds to the tension. All right. I'm going to try this one more time without all my jibber jabbering. I'm going to read it the way it is. We're just going to see if it helps, and then you can further adjust it to kind of elaborate in little places and help smooth that transition out. She flips the switch, but nothing. Perfect. What's next? Bats in the belfry. A chill brushes her skin, cold enough that her breath might fog the air. The stillness feels like a prelude to disaster. I see a bad moon rising. Credence Clearwater Revival sneaks into her head. I see trouble on the way. The dim glow from the monitors throws eerie shadows throughout the room, and the soft hum of the cooling fan adds to the tension. Sam directs and okay, I think we need the dialogue. I want her to see Amanda first. All right, so we're going to move this down past the dialogue. But I need something here where she sees Amanda in the corner of, like, sitting at the monitors or something. You could have it there, or like something like Amanda is I want to say hard at work, but that's so overdone. Something to Amanda types away. Amanda is, or you can even just say Amanda is, and we'll move this hunched over part here. Amanda is hunched over her computer array. There you go. And then we could omit this actually. And I have just moved all that around and omit half of it. Okay. So the dim glow from the monitors throws eerie shadows throughout the room, and the soft hum of the cooling fan adds to the tension. Amanda is hunched over her computer array. In the far corner, I kind of feel like you should give a direction in the room. Maybe describe what side of the room Amanda is on. Amanda or the wall of monitors. Sam can look in that direction. Then have Sam internalize relief that everything is fine. Okay. That will smooth out that transition for you, and then we can roll on down through. Amanda's hunched over her computer array. Hey, focused much? Yeah, Amanda mutters, not flinching. Something wrong with the lights? Sam asks, scanning the room. Definition impossible in the darkness. Apart from the whole horror movie meets digital apocalypse vibe. Like the dark, Amanda murmurs. No, you don't. The words slip out before she can stop herself. A wave of fear and anger slams into her like a punch to the gut. Don't go around tonight. It's bound to take your life. Oh my God, it's the next line. I love it. I love it. Okay. She almost laughs. The song choice is ridiculous, yet it fits. As if on cue, the lights sputter to life, casting an uneven, sickly glow, like the kind you'd find in a rundown gas station bathroom. Grabbing a sweatshirt draped on her suitcase, Sam pulls it on, rubbing her arms to promote circulation. The apartment is a battlefield. Wires and cables snake across the floor. Extra computer towers dominate the space, and the plants are either dead or dying. Energy drink cans and half-eaten takeout containers clutter every surface. Amanda's world, like the apartment, is imploding. Sam's eyes drift over the scene. Amanda's been a fortress, surviving the unthinkable, outsmarting enemies, keeping me alive. But even fortresses have their limits. Who wouldn't crack under this kind of pressure? I'm surely not a poster child for it. Maybe that's it. She's bending, spreading herself thin to cover every angle. I'm going to observe that there is a deliberate word echo and it is used appropriately, and I have no problem with it. But I just want to say that I observed it. We're going to keep going. Nope, can't do this, Sam mutters, taking in the wreckage. Seriously, what happened in here? I'm in the middle of something, Amanda growls, slamming her fist on the desk, sending the keyboard skidding away. Okay, I have a thought. So, the sentence is not too long. But I had this thought a minute ago, and because I'm having it twice, relatively close proximity, I'm going to mention it. It's just a thought, or maybe just an observation. I'm going to go back, and I kind of want to let it play out in my mind, even just for my own benefit, because don't think I've ever said or noticed anything like this before. I'm going to go back and try to find it again. Okay, there is nothing wrong here, but I know that I can muse things out with Crystal Committee. So, like, um, if I want to pick apart my own brain or what my muse out my thoughts, they have the patience to deal with me. So I'm gonna observe this for a minute because I got two alerts in my brain as I was reading, but I do not know. I don't see anything wrong. Okay. So take this from a purely picking this apart that my brain is alerting me to something, but I don't exactly know what. And so this could be a neurodivergent brain at work. And I'm curious as to why it's doing that and what it is that I want to sort it out. So hang on. All right. So what I'm seeing is I'm reading Sam asks, okay, something wrong with the lights. Sam asks, scanning the room, definition impossible in the darkness. I'm starting to have a thought already. And then down here, I'm in the middle of something. Amanda growls, slamming her fist on the desk, sending the keyboard skidding away. So there's really nothing wrong with these lines, but both of these lines triggered something in my brain, and I was like, "There's nothing." As I'm reading them, my brain is saying, "It's almost like having a little flashing light of the words pop up in my head. They replay in my head almost instantly, and I'm like, why? I'm not seeing any of the things that I usually would pick up on. So I'm curious as to why my brain is saying something to me. And so I wanted to ignore it because the first time when it did this little thing inside my head, I was like, well, there's nothing wrong. I'm just going to ignore that. Like, like you're filtering through and you're like, no, pass. That's nothing. Pass, move on. And I keep reading. And then I get down here and it does it again. And I'm like, what is going on? So I'm trying to pick apart why it's doing that. And what I think it might be is something wrong with the lights, Sam asks, scanning the room. And by the way, this is nothing for Crystal Committee to change. This is me trying to understand why my brain is alerting me to something. This is a self-examination, and I apologize for the interruption. But it also could be interesting to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Sam asks, scanning the room, definition impossible in the darkness. Apart from the whole horror movie meets digital apocalypse vibe. Like the dark, Amanda murmurs. Okay, so it's not a super long sentence. There's nothing unusual, nothing that seems like it would require anything. But my brain will also pick up on patterns and rhythm. And so I'm wondering if it thinks Sam asks, scanning the room, definition impossible in the darkness. We have a rhythm of three things at three actions. Sam asks, scanning the room, definition impossible in the darkness. And then I keep reading. She almost laughs. The song choice is ridiculous, yet it fits. So there's a rhythm or a cadence or a pattern that maybe it's pointing out a pattern to me. Guys, I'm fascinated by my own daggone brain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, what? Why are you weird? Why are you weird? As if on cue, the light sputtered to life, casting an uneven, sickly glow. So this one we've got two commas again and another pattern of three. So is it identifying a pattern of three? And I mean, it's nothing to change. I'm just saying, grabbing a sweatshirt draped on her suitcase, Sam pulls it on, rubbing her arms to promote circulation. Another pattern of three. The apartment is a battlefield. Wires and cables snake across the floor. Extra computer towers dominate the space, and the plants are either dead or dying. Another pattern of three. Energy drink cans and half-eaten takeout containers clutter every surface. That one's only two. Amanda's world, like the apartment, is imploding. That one's not three. And when I say three, I mean like three. You have Amanda growls, slams her fist, and sends the keyboard skidding away. Grabbing a sweatshirt draped on her suitcase, Sam pulls it on and then rubs her arms. So I think it's a pattern of three actions. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no rule to it. I'm purely curious as to why my brain pointed it out here. I decided to ignore it because there was nothing that I could suggest. And so I continue to read, and yet it alerts me down here, and then it prompts me to look back, and I'm trying to pick apart what it's trying to tell me. And so basically, I'm seeing a pattern of three. Amanda's world, like the apartment, is imploding. This, Sam's eyes drift over the scene. Amanda's been a fortress. Now, these are kind of like internalized thoughts, so I don't see them the same. I don't view them the same way. I don't. And the rules are different. If you think about it, the rules of the text you put inside dialogue and the rules you put inside internal thoughts, and even the way that they're written is all different. And we take each rule as we encounter what needs to be tweaked. Nope, can't do this. Sam mutters, taking in the wreckage. Seriously, what happened in here? I'm in the middle of something, Amanda growls, slamming her fist on the desk, sending the keyboard skidding away. She swivels in her chair, flashing a toothy smile. Nice, because there's only 2 actions here. Hi. So what I think that it's trying to tell me, I'm going to keep going, and I'm kind of curious if I'm going to continue to pick up on something like that, or if it's a thing. And now I'm wondering if I've done it when reading other pieces and just kind of ignored it. But at this point, it was so distracting for me that I had to stop and examine it, or it was going to continue to distract me from reading. What if there was anything for my author to consider is that, like everything else, and this in my opinion is petty, it's my brain being petty, would be that varying numbers of actions in a sentence, I guess, like saying, like I pointed out that you only had 2 in some of them, so it's, I guess, so that they aren't all close. It's almost like, so they're not all the same rhythm. I don't know. Or is it almost like if you have, because I mean, it would change the rhythm when you're reading. I'm thinking it might have been like wanting varying, like only pick 2 actions for one sentence, and not having 3 actions again and again and again in too close proximity, because it is messing with the rhythm. I don't know. See, that's why I'm saying I feel like this whole thing is useless, except for the point that my brain was hung up on it and needed to process and analyze it in order for me to move on. So I apologize. Sam asks, scanning the room, definition impossible in the dark. I think that's what it is. It's just prompting me that there are 3 actions, a pattern of it's picked up a pattern. That's basically what it's done. It suggests, like, I can't even explain to you how my brain works. I can't explain it. That's just what it's doing. There is nothing wrong with this, and so I'm embarrassed, and I'm going to apologize, and I'm going to remove the highlight because it was mostly for my brain to see, point it out. I'm telling it nothing's wrong. It's disagreeing with me. It is bothered. I must observe it. I have done that, and now it can let it go. But I don't want you to be looking at that mess that is the inner workings of my... Why am I changing everything? I'm messing everything up. Okay, let's go to our font and make our font black, and let's remove our highlighting. Why is my pink highlighting not coming off? Look, see, I made a big mess. Try to follow my little brain's processes, and I made a big mess. Why is it stuck? That's so humiliating. I may have to stop so I can fix my mess. No, okay. Oh, you know what? I can just do that. Y'all laugh at me because I'm just making it worse and worse and worse over here on the side. And Crystal Committee can be like, yeah, you made a hot mess over there. That's a mess. All right, hang on. I got it. Oh, I don't want to take that one away yet because I'm following it. This one I still agree with. I'm going to come back down here. Now my brain is reset and we're going to move on. I just wasted like 10 minutes for my brain's satisfaction. Very embarrassed right now. Okay. This, Sam's eyes drift over the scene. Amanda's been a fortress, surviving the unthinkable, outsmarting enemies, keeping me alive. But even fortresses have their limits. Who wouldn't crack under this kind of pressure? I'm surely not a poster child for it. Maybe that's it. She's bending, spreading herself thin to cover every angle. Nope, can't do this, Sam mutters, taking in the wreckage. Seriously, what happened in here? I'm in the middle of something, Amanda growls, slamming her fist on the desk, sending... Oh, no, Mel. We're doing this. Yes. Sending the keyboard skidding away. She swivels in her chair, flashing a toothy smile. Hi. Hi, Sam replies. Pushing too hard will only escalate things. Let's keep this fire from turning into an inferno. Want to explain? Because you got to know how this looks. The familiar chorus plays, like the universe dropping hints she doesn't need. We didn't start the... Oh my God, we're starting a different song. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. The images flash through like snapshots from a documentary. People caught up in their storms, their battles. Joe McCarthy, Richard Nixon, Studebaker television. Everyone gets dragged into the chaos, whether they want to or not, just like us. North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. We didn't start the fire. Amanda recoils, shrinking into herself like a turtle retreating into its shell. Not really. Try anyway. Sam tries to shake the song. Amanda's hand tightens over the brace on her knee. It'll take too long. Sam notices Amanda's anxiety pulsing just below the surface. Short version then. At this point, I think I said it'll, but it should be I'll. It is correct. Sam notices Amanda's anxiety pulsing just below the surface. Short version then. At this point, I'll settle for a haiku if it gets me answers. Rosenberg's H-Bomb, Sugar Ray, Panmunjom, Brando, The King, and I. Come on, brain, focus. Yeah, me too. Girl, me too. Oh my gosh. You said we were alike, and you're kind of right, except I feel like Sam is way smarter than I am. Okay. Amanda shakes her head. Not sure there is one. They're dying. I see that, Sam says, picking up on Amanda's emotions, flashing like neon signs. We'll figure this out. But first, let's get you off this train to Meltdown City. Love that. Love that. Okay, by the way, I'm enjoying all of this with the exception of my brain's whatever the mess that was. You're doing really great here, giving me internal thoughts along with some actions. Oh, yeah, I think you're getting the hang of this. Super excited for you. All right, we're going to keep going. Section 2, I'm guessing this is like, would that be like scene 2 if you were, I've never written this in screenplay format and I don't want to because I'm worried I'll get stuck in that format and not be able to switch back. Sometimes I write in a role play and I think to some degree it has ruined some of my other writing skills where I would like write out the entire novel as one person. When I started sharing the segments with other people, I started to become lazy in my plotting part and did not come up with full stories the way I usually do. Okay. And I don't know how to get out of that. So going this direction, it's easier, I would think, to go back the other direction than it is to go from this back to that or to that and then back to this. That I can see that being very confusing. Maybe that's why authors typically tuck into one genre and stick to it, tuck into one and do it well and stick to that. Anyway, one of the reasons, obviously the other reason would be developing a following of people who like to read a certain style. So section 2, I'm guessing is like scene 2 or act 2. I'm not sure. How's that go? Scenes and acts. Okay, we're going to pull it together. Sam reaches for a bottle of pills at the edge of the desk, flipping it open only to find it empty. She scans the others scattered about, all vacant. Little Rock, Pasternak, Mickey Mantle, Kuranak. The lyrics invade her mind like an unwanted karaoke session. Damn it, this isn't a history lesson. Sputnik, Chuan Lee, Bridge on the River, Kwai. I'm trying to focus. Oh, and I just opened myself up for Buddy Holly, Ben-Hur, Space Monkey Mafia, Hula Hoops, Castro, Edsel, and a no-go, U2. Question. So, Space Monkey is not a title. It's a thing. Okay, got it. Mafia is generalized as well. Got it. Okay. Because I knew that you would get, I'm like, no, they've got really good punctuation. They would do this right. And I was like, okay, I get it. I had to think about it for a second. Amanda's posture collapses. I took a few more than I should have. The pain, I couldn't let it get in the way. It got so hot in here, like desert hot. I turned the heat down, but then it wouldn't come back on. My bad. I linked the system to them, self-sustaining and all. And the lights, Sam asks. They did this. Amanda gestures upward, referencing the erratic lights. It was driving me crazy. I didn't want to reconnect to the grid or dial out in case whatever was happening spread. Sam exhales. Oh, I think we just want that. I think it's just one. We have an extra space. One crisis at a time. Can't throttle her if she's already sliding down the slippery slope. Dylan Berlin, Bays of Pig Invasion, Lawrence of Arabia Committee. Is this you? Back off. I'll find a volcano for you if I don't get some quiet. She pulls out her phone. No, Amanda's hand shoots out, grabbing Sam's wrist. Pain surges through the contact, more than physical, a crushing weight on her bones, sinking into the marrow. An electric jolt that burns along Sam's nerve tingles her. Okay. An electric jolt burns along Sam's nerves, tingling her fingers. So you could omit that, or you could do an electric jolt that burns along Sam's nerves, tingles her fingers. So you have two options there. Beneath it, a raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury. I kind of want a descriptor right here. Beneath it, a raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury. Burned or seared. Nope, we got burn up here. So, clung or beneath it lay a suffocating raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury. There is a descriptor missing from this. Like you've got beneath it a raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury sounds incomplete. It seems like it should be. It needs one more. Yes, I'm going to stop repeating myself and just say, suggest adding a descriptor. For example, beneath it lay. I kind of want a feeling for it, like because I guess you've got raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury, but I want a word that propels that forward. Beneath it, you could say lay a suffocating raw undercurrent. I don't think we need suffocating. Just go. I just need to put lay in there. There's a word missing to make it a complete sentence. What is my problem today? It's Monday, and I am really questioning myself. I've had a bumpy morning that I just kept chalking up to quirky, bizarre little things that nothing bad, just a series of everything. I've been dropping things. I went to the chiropractor, paid my copay, and then I was talking to the woman, and I had the receipt. It wasn't a receipt. It was the slip that you need to sign to give back to them. And I was tucking it away in my wallet like it was a receipt. She's like, I actually need you to sign that. I'm like, what am I doing? And that has been my entire morning. And I'm really trying hard to pull it together. And I don't know what is happening. Okay. But that's a description of the bizarreness that I have been doing. Now, if my brain would work appropriately, gosh, I'm on the verge of just sending you to this read privately because I'm just making a mess of it. Okay. But I'm also human, so I'm sharing that too. And these aren't edited, so it literally how it is playing out at the moment. Beneath it lay a raw undercurrent of grief, exhaustion, and fury. I'm going to give myself a little grace and think that when other people do reads, I guess it's nothing like this. So Amanda yanks her hand back as if scalded. Also, at the same time, through all of my frustrations with myself, I am really engrossed in this. I'm like, what is happening? So Amanda's like done something to her. She's zapped her basically, which is showing her power. I'm guessing. I'm surprised by this. Okay. Ouch, Sam downplays the reaction. Damn it, woman. We're talking about this pent up whatever that was later. For now, focus. I'm aware of protocol. It's clean and disposable. Mine's off in the luggage. Sam takes back her phone, entering a series of codes before disconnecting. Something's infected your network. Any idea what? Amanda points to a jar of water where a chip floats. It started when that came in. She glares at it as if it had personally betrayed her. I neutralized it, but whatever it triggered, It was too late to stop. I don't know how it's doing this. Wait, did that chip come in on, like, didn't Garrett bring her a plant? Was it in there with the plant? But didn't she check the plant when he brought it? I'm totally wondering. My wheels are turning. It's only affecting the live wire, not the hard wire. Somewhere in this desert of no information is an oasis of reason and possible calm. Answering only the question asked. I think this is Amanda, right? Amanda answered. Only the question asked. As far as I can verify, I let it in, thinking I could contain it. They warned me it was active, but I ignored it. I'm thinking they means the committee. Is this the question you were asking me to keep an eye out for? Because, is this the first mention of it right here? Is this moment? Going back. I think it is. Okay, I'm just going to ask. Is this they, the committee? Because, okay, now Sam's got the committee in her mind, but I'm guessing Amanda has a connection to the committee as well. This is like, do they all have access to it? Does Garrett? Wait, no, just Sam and Amanda. But they do, because like Amanda was kind of sharing a mind with Sam for a while, which we don't know how they got apart. We know how they were together, but we don't know how they got apart. Let's see. As far as I can verify, I let it in thinking I could contain it. They warned me it was active, but I ignored it. There's a house in New Orleans. The melody pokes at Sam's subconscious. Oh, okay, now we're on another one. They call it the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor girl. Peanut Gallery, I get it. She's built her own cursed house, an empire of tech, secrets, and lies. I'm agreeing with you, so be quiet while I deal. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not seeing the connection between the lyrics and the committee the way Sam does. I mean, sometimes certain lines, like in the very, very beginning there, but like, I don't know, it's like music playing in the background of the movie. There's a house in New Orleans. The melody pokes at Sam's subconscious. They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor girl. Okay, wait. I'm curious. I need to go back to my other lyrics. Somewhere, okay, so she got her regular internal thoughts. Can't throttle if she's already sliding down a slippery slope. So, okay, I get it now. So the lyrics here literally were like building the drama to the scene, because basically we didn't start the fire, so you got this. I've not seen the video, okay, but I'm guessing the lyrics kind of imply they push through those little images in your head, and she says that they all flickered through her head. So as the song continues, the tension is like in this room is building like an explosion, and then Amanda zapped her. Okay, they warned me it was active, but I ignored it. Okay, Amanda pulls off her glasses. What's going on in there? Remember, I know you. And I know you. Lots of new experiences while I was away. Can we talk about it later? Deal. Apology accepted, Amanda quips. Did she really apologize? Did she consider that an apology? Okay. Sam's eyes drift to the overloaded power bars. Cables running everywhere. It's like when we first moved in. Back then, the plants didn't power everything. Oh, I'm stepping in it big time. I almost poked her pride. Damn it, say something or change the subject. Running on the generator downstairs? Amanda gives Sam a sidelong glance. Yeah, never mind. You ran a perimeter check. Uh-huh. Woo, disaster averted. What had you so distracted? Amanda rubs her temple. Garrett was here. We're catching up on history. I knew, but it's good you're bringing it up, reestablishing common ground. I thought we were waiting until I got back to open that can of worms. Section 3. So is a whole chapter, would that be like an act, and then you're having scene 1, 2, and 3? So would you probably be putting little asterisks in here? Would probably be at one when you're done with this process? I'm just curious. I'm asking you that. Like if that's, I guess that's my brain picking it out. Scenes and acts. Okay. Anyway, staying focused. So did I, Amanda mutters, wilting into her chair. But the opportunity came up, and your fairy tale thing was working, okay? But I was the point man, and he was clueless. Frustration won out, and I spilled. Sorry. Must be bad if you're apologizing, Sam half jokes, but her senses are on alert. There's a lot to unpack here, especially to me who knows you like my favorite book. You have a favorite book? Amanda lets out a short, mirthless laugh, fidgeting with the keyboard. I have more than a few, but you know what I mean, Sam replies, catching the distraction attempt. I do, but kicking me when I'm down? Not you. Reestablishing, Sam shrugs. You can take it. At least you used to be able to. Shift away, Sam. Don't give the committee more fodder. Reba McIntyre's Why Haven't I Heard From You twang in her mind's ear. There's no problem getting to me. Baby, you can dial direct. I got call forwarding, call waiting. You can even call collect. I'm sure the operator will be glad to put you through. So dial 0 for assistance if this all confuses you. Ugh, thought too soon. Thanks, committee. Hello, darkness, my old friend, echoes softly from Simon and Garfunkel. Honest appreciation for holding my thoughts together with all the crazy which you're most of. I know you don't like Amanda. I caught the metaphor. If you can't offer anything useful, stay quiet. Agreed? A reluctant acknowledgement returns like a child being shamed for doing what they thought they were asked. Sam exhales, refocusing. Okay, so this is her dialogue speaking out loud. Did she just... if that's an internal thought, I don't think we should have it in quotations because it confused me while I was reading. I was like, okay, is she saying that out loud, but does it fit the context of what is happening? Because she's having her own internal chaos. At the same time, she's trying to figure out Amanda and bring her down from hers. Is this internal dialogue? Dialogue, can we spell dialogue correctly? No, we cannot because we just have, no, okay. If yes, suggest removing quotation marks. Okay. Just, because it confused me. I thought that it was spoken out loud, and then if it's not, wait, this isn't, okay, Sam, it would go to Amanda. Okay. If it's not internal dialogue, who is speaking? It would go to Amanda when I'm looking back to this paragraph, and then I'm going to this one. I would expect it to be Amanda speaking, but I feel like this is Sam's internal thoughts. Need to clarify just a bit, because I'm just a little confused, and I think you understand why when you have my rambling to pair with it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm knocking over the microphone. I'm really a mess today, and I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Amanda notices her reaction. Headspace is a little crowded right now. Dealing. So, did anything go out? She gestures to the chip in the jar. Can't say for sure, Amanda admits, adjusting her seat. It was quarantine before things started going haywire. That explains why you cut communications. 5 steps ahead, but even you can't cover everything. Noticed. You were supposed to. Set off those warning bells, Amanda mutters, picking at her nails. It did. How'd it get here? A gift Garrett brought for you. Reality, an excuse to check in, drop off info on a job, dredge up history. But that was enlightening, Amanda smirks. Yeah. He brought it in? Same concern crossed my mind, Amanda admits, brushing her knee brace. But he didn't have anything to do with this. Sam stays quiet. With him, you can't be sure. But I get it. Your mind's linking events that don't connect, even though you know they're related. Amanda grumbles. Hate when you do that. No, you don't. If it were me, you'd do the same. So what was it hidden in? Amanda smiles sheepishly. It's the first one I've noticed. We're going to keep it. One of your favorites, a Taka Chantreri. It hadn't flowered yet, or Garrett might have thought twice. Sam wrinkles her nose. The bat flower, of course. Seriously, you know you joked about it, Amanda interrupts with a chuckle. Yeah, I remember. And it's uglier than dirt. Definitely doesn't scream love, beauty, or friendship. What was he thinking? He wasn't. Amanda rubs her temple. An underling picked it out. I was tracking it when her voice trails off. When this started happening, Sam finishes moving toward the trash can. What'd you do with it? Tossed it. I was going to get you something better, but you got distracted by all of this. Sam peers into the trash. That thing was ugly enough for a Viking funeral. Sam. Okay, a Viking funeral might be kind of sadly poetic. I don't know, but the plant doesn't sound like it would be. I feel like maybe I need to look up this plant. Okay, hang on, just for giggles. Okay, I'm. First of all, apparently this plant is big, like, or it gets big, and it it is very strange looking. I mean, I'm not. I can kind of see where they think that, but it is weird looking. Yeah, guys, it's worth googling. It's weird looking. I don't know. It's yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, where are we? Um. All right, Viking funeral. Okay. Sam's mind fills with scenes straight out of Eric the Awful, Ray Stevens' song. Eric sets fire to the plant's funeral boat, missing the first few times with his flaming arrow. He rose furiously, long blonde hair streaming, covered in fleas. Sure, it's ugly, but not as bad as his crew after a hard day's pillaging. Oh my God. I can picture him giving a speech. I am Eric the Awful Bloody Viking King, and I'll relieve you of your misery with this funeral fling. Then probably mispronouncing half the words. Sam stifles a laugh, imagining Eric bursting into the IRS offices, pillaging W-2 forms instead of gold. Oh my, this is great. The only thing missing now is Amanda in faux fur, handing out helmets like we're part of some absurd Viking crew, paying tribute to a botanical monstrosity. Maybe Amanda's the Eric the Awful of the plant world. Ruin your data, burn your flora, I'll pillage your root system. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Okay. Now, I am wondering, because she's in. Okay, when it worked this way, so you had quotations in the italics that were her ramblings, but I wasn't confused when I read that one because of this pretense right here. So when you go back to look at that first mentioning of it, I was confused there because of the transition. So this smoothed the transition for you and it worked fine. I'm just going to note that and we're going to keep going. Section 4. So now I'm starting to think maybe this isn't scenes because these are all in the same window. Is this are you using this for helping outlining, breaking down what you want to accomplish in each section? Just curious. Okay. Sam, you kind of checked out there. Weird for me, right? Sam chuckles. You're right. It's not like you to take out the garbage, let alone do it yourself. But once you realized something was off, you probably analyzed it and dumped it when nothing came up. If that's all that's on your mind, it's more and you know it. I'm dealing, Sam mutters. Of course, I took precautions. What's your point? Amanda asks. Okay, so does Amanda have. Okay, Amanda did have access to the committee. The committee resides in the crystal, or yeah, I think the committee resides in the crystal that Sam is wearing, right? But they can speak to her through her contact with it, or is it actually directly in her thoughts now? I'm getting confused about that part. And then Amanda at least at one point, had access to that. Does she now? Because maybe Amanda's used to it and Sam's just coping, or either Sam exclusively has this access. I'm a little not confused. I'm curious. I want to know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Not sure yet. Sam pulls the lid off the garbage can, checking the half-filled bag. After a moment, she flips the can over. If she took out the trash, don't go there. Crap. Take out the papers and trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub the kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak. Oh my gosh, that's annoying at some point. Okay, does she get annoyed with this? I'm just wondering. Do they ever just talk to her and not music lyrics? I feel like this is like that part of the Transformers movie where Bumblebee didn't have his voice box, so he had to use song lyrics to communicate. Okay, anyway. Amanda tracks Sam's movements. Thought of that. They knew how to get something inside. Means they're aware of the habits you let them see. Clever bastards. Not sure if I'm allowed to say that. Playing her game, but lately I've been doing whatever I want, and until someone fusses at me, I might just do that. But I also don't want to get anybody else's videos taken down, so like I don't want to do it too much because I don't want anybody to lose their video. Okay. Means they're aware of the habits you let them see. Clever playing her game. But you already figured that out. You think I'm the target? Amanda crosses her arms, lifting her chin. Sam lets an inward grin slip. You've been thinking about it. Not really. Don't lie. Goodbye, Earl. We need a break. Ain't it dark wrapped up in that tarp? Sam, Amanda snaps. There it is. Touchy subject, huh? The truth about the medication? I told you the truth, Amanda counters. Not all of it. Sam steps closer. You took more than you should to keep the pain from breaking your focus, but it's not just the leg pain. It's the fear. Maybe something slipped to Garrett, and now you're afraid of being exposed. Amanda shifts, restless. Yeah, but they're sensitive to emotions just like I am. Sam brushes her finger over a withering tree, shedding its leaves, poisoning everything in here. Only you can break the cycle by not feeding into it more. Amanda wraps her arms around herself. It's not an excuse. I remember how good it felt to be who I was, but for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, that itch she can't scratch, dragging the edge of control in the dirt, digging her own grave with each misstep. And then I think about what I'd lose, Amanda trails off. I feel that, Sam glances over. Through the witches, through the ditches, clawing out of the dark. I get it. Amanda snorts, a bitter laugh escaping. Leave it to you to put a positive spin on my descent into madness. Not sugarcoating. If you heard what's in my brain, it's the total opposite and we'd both be screwed. Amanda concedes, a rare vulnerability slipping through. That's why I keep you around. It wasn't easy while you were gone. I didn't realize how much I rely on you. Same. Sam dodges the deeper emotion. Hope that's not the only reason you tolerate me. Amanda's smile is awkward. Tolerate you? No, that's not. She struggles with the words, then gives a ghost of a smile. You know what I mean. True, Sam winks. Nice diversion with the checking everything, Amanda says. Reacquainting myself with my abode? Sam, Amanda whines. Only if it worked. It did. So what wasn't working when I got here? Amanda sighs. Garrett was here. We were catching up on history. Okay, so she said that she basically came back and was repeating herself from that part earlier. She said that earlier. I think it's deliberate. Like, I think you meant to. Obviously, you know what deliberate means. Why am I repeating that? Because she mentions Garrett. She mentions him. We are finding it. Because they talked about the plant. Let's see. An excuse to check in, drop off info on a job, dredge up history. Bet that was enlightening, yeah. So, if you did it intentionally, don't change anything. I think you did. That's the impression I have. Like, how like your conversation gets sidetracked and then you loop back around to finish it up. I feel like that's what she just did. Yes. Okay. And we're going to continue on. It's still in progress, but heading toward success, Amanda admits, running her hands through her hair, regaining composure. You don't realize how much you rely on something until it's gone, your presence included. You mentioned that. Yeah, but no, like how to offset the onyx. Amanda breaks eye contact. I thought I had a good handle on it, but maybe I was delusional. You've always pointed that out. A smile tugs at Sam's lips. If I had $1 for every time I've had to remind her. And you're teasing. Oh, damn. Amanda adds, laughing at Sam's expression. A proper hello might be in order. I've been gone a while, Sam quips. I'm sorry, I've been so self-absorbed. Amanda trails off. Hug? This is going to hurt. Maybe it won't be so bad. Initial shock's done and all. It can't be that bad. Sam leans in and takes her into an embrace. Welcome home. Sam braces, the full body shiver confirming the emotional hit. She squeezes her eyes shut, riding out the tension as Amanda pulls back, careful not to linger. Amanda looks at her, a hint of apology in her eyes. I was expecting tense, but Sam exhales, the tightness easing. Almost forgot you're an expert at building walls and burying your feelings. You don't forget anything, Amanda says. My attempt at blending in, pretending to be normal. What a joke. I'm so inconsiderate, I'm sorry. Who are you and what have you done with the Amanda I know? Sam Sam meets Amanda's eyes. What? Amanda defends. That's the second time you've apologized. Sam supports herself against the desk. You don't. I do with you. I think, Amanda mutters, rubbing the back of her neck. It's a new thing I'm trying. I used to believe it made you weak, but now it takes a lot to admit fault. Well, you know, she trails off with a shrug. I'm all right, Sam reassures her. Amanda nods, unconvinced. I know better. I'm really sorry. Got that, Sam's lips quirk. But now you're overdoing it. Once is enough. She shifts, bracing against the ache in her muscles. Another apology and the world might collapse. You haven't had to keep those walls up. That's a good thing. No, it's not, Amanda defends. Sam watches her. Yep, terrified of triggering me. Guess we're both more damaged than we admit. Yes, it is. And it's just as much my fault, Sam straightens. Your control's compromised, but I rushed in anyway. Not like you to throw caution to the wind, Amanda says, trying to regain her place in the conversation. True, can't always play it safe, especially with you. I also wanted to try something new. You did, color me curious, and I'm listening if you're sharing, Amanda says. Yeah, but not all of it. It's a lot. God says it. How many days have you been locked in here? Garrett was here Saturday, so late that night, early Sunday morning. And the last time you slept? Before that, Amanda admits. So 6 days no sleep? Sam lets it hang in the air. She's one glitch from crashing. I've gotten a few hours here and there, she replies. Like pulling all-nighters is nothing new. You know I can handle it. Okay, pausing. So this is reading generally well. Back and forth in the exchange. You've got a little action tucked here and there. I'm wondering about... Okay, so we've got lots of... Amanda says, I'm wondering how many of those we have. We're going to use a light blue here. And then I'm also wondering about using her name every other line. We've got them very close together. What I'm thinking is we could probably, so you've got, it becomes telling when we use the name too frequently. So, like the name will become a distraction and it'll pull your, it's distancing. We just don't want that. So, and I'm not criticizing the tags, okay? With the exception of using the same one too many times in close proximity. What I would suggest is when I draw your attention to this, how frequently you're using their name back and forth, keep in mind that is telling. I know we have talked about wanting clarity between who is speaking, and we want action and dialogue tags. So I'm not telling you to take them all out, but what I am going to do is suggest looking at it and looking for opportunities to interchange, either rephrase something or interchange it with she says. Obviously, we don't want to switch all of these out to she's and just call it done, because then you've switched your problem from one word to another word. So, yeah. So you've got Amanda adds, Amanda trails off, Sam quips, Sam, like, especially when they're speaking, because when we have them tossing it back and forth to each other, like tit for tat. So Sam supports, Sam meets. Okay, let's look at it again. Looks like we have a bunch of Amandas really close. I highlight them to help me see when I make a suggestion. And we could probably do it again up here, but I want to take it like one section at a time. So you've kind of got it broken out, and that's proving we're going to use it for a different purpose than what you probably laid it out for. Let's see. Amanda adds, Sam quips, Amanda trails off. This probably is okay. We're going to read through it. You mentioned that. Yeah, but no, like how you offset the onyx. Amanda breaks eye contact. I thought I had a good handle on it, but maybe I was delusional. You've always pointed that out. A smile tugs at Sam's lips. If I had $1 for every time I've had to remind her. And you're teasing. Oh, damn, Amanda adds, laughing at Sam's expression. A proper hello might be in order. I've been gone a while, Sam quips. I'm sorry I've been so self-absorbed. Amanda trails off. Hug. Okay, so what I would suggest, it reads, I like the action, I like the interaction between them, and I like the action in the way you have them moving and even what they're saying. You can almost give Amanda instead of this one, because when you say trails off and you have the 3 dots, it's redundant because we know that the 3 dots implies that she trailed off. So what I would suggest here is give Amanda an expression, maybe. That way we can see her, because you could use some of that in here that reflects her feelings. Okay. Does that? Okay, there we go. And then that will break this up a little bit. Amanda adds, Sam quips, Amanda trails off. So kind of looking at if you had only 2 of them close together, we've just changed one. It's going to resolve the whole pattern that we've built. And so that we continue to have, I know I've used the fabric analogy before with all the different things that we look at in each chapter in our manuscript, and that we scrub it this way and that way for every little thing, and that each sentence is different lengths of fabric. You know, each part is like a string we're pulling tight to weave our fabric. And so you don't actually, you want a rhythm but not necessarily a pattern, I guess, is kind of what I'm looking at. Weird ways that I describe things. I'm still in progress but headed toward success, Amanda admits, running her hands through her hair, regaining composure. You don't like how much you're relying on something until it's gone, your presence included. You mentioned that. Yeah, but no, like how you offset the onyx. She breaks eye contact. So see, you used Amanda here, and then I know this is Sam. So here you could have it be a she instead of an Amanda. Further, especially since your very next line is going to be Amanda adds. I know I have highlighted down here all these, but I think I've got a good example up here, which you're going to see sooner when you come in here and start at the top and come down. Opportunities to make little revisions to kind of give it variety. I think where we're using this color, is that what we're using to mark the Amandas? And you can kind of see what I'm saying. So what you'll be doing is reading through and looking for either a way to rephrase it so that it doesn't begin with Amanda, or that you use she breaks eye contact, and then you have Sam, a smile tugs at Sam's lips, and then you have, and you're teasing, oh damn, Amanda adds. Or you start with Amanda, because if it's your first line, and like if it was your first line, first time introducing her into the rhythm of the conversation, you would start with Amanda, then you might go to Sam, and then you might use a she, and then you might have another Sam, and then go back to an Amanda, and then the next one might be, you know, she quipped, you know. So you can throw some she's kind of intermingled among there to help break this up, so that it's not just blink, like a little ball bouncing back and forth. Amanda, Sam, Amanda, Sam, Amanda, Sam. We know that that's the exchange in the dialogue. But I think you get my point. If you want me to elaborate further, but I think you get it, and I harp too long, so we're going to move on. But and I don't want to go through your whole document, but I'm pointing it out. That's not the right color. It was this one over here. I have not looked at it from the Sam lens. I don't think I noticed it as much, probably because we have internalization from Sam intermingling with her action, and so it's not as noticeable when it pings back to Sam, because you have that extra internal dialogue that can kind of buffer it. But when we come to Amanda, it's Amanda and then her action. So we need to look at how we can break that up. Amanda says specifically is a phrase you may need to scrub the document for. This is, And then another one I'm wondering about is the smile tugging at her lips. I'm kind of scrolling back because now we're leaving part 5. And I'm going above it, just looking for a couple of things. I'm actually looking for more than one thing at a time. So I think we're okay. When I saw grin in the lips, I kind of wondered if we'd already said it once in this chapter, but I think we're okay. It might have been the two words we're seeing separately throughout the chapter, and I noted them subconsciously. So I think they're okay. What I would be more focused on, I think, at this point is the back and forth exchange using Amanda, Sam, trying to look for ways to break that up so that every now and then, as long as you're sure it's clear, and how you can tell is just read it out loud to yourself. I know that seems dumb, but it works. And I guess, then again, we've all seen that. So, nice diversion with the checking everything, Amanda says, reacquainting myself with my abode. Sam, she whines. So, especially when she's saying Sam's name, you can use she because you know that there's only 2 women in the room, Sam and Amanda. And this is obviously Amanda talking because she is the one saying Sam. So that's a good way to reason that out. I think that just observing this, you'll be able to. It's like, okay, you made it. You added dialogue tags. And so the next step to build on the dialogue tags was to weave in actions, which you've done great at, and the internalization, you've done great at that. And so the next, basically, we're layering your fibers at this point. And the next one is to go back and look at your dialogue tags now and to kind of add some dimension. You get the point. As I didn't mention it until this far down, and I started scrolling backwards because what happens is when I speak on something or I notice it and I vocalize it, I then am inclined to look back and see how long did it go before I said something, and did the word or pattern or whatever it is that I'm talking about, did it go on further back than before I said anything? Because I want to be sure I cover all of it. That said, what you might do is go back. I hate to tell you to go back to the beginning, but you probably need to go not through the whole thing, just through this chapter, not the whole document. That's just like through this chapter. You might go back to the beginning, keeping an eye out specifically for. I'm not going to highlight all the Amandas. I'm not trying to drive you crazy, but when I got down here, I think maybe they were too close together, and I was like, okay, it drew the pattern out, pointed it out to me, and I pointed out to you. You can handle it. I'm going to get off of it and keep going. My suggestion is to look through the whole chapter specifically for this thing that I'm talking about, and now I'm done. Even if you wanted to, I don't think you could. Okay. Yes, I think we're 6 days no sleep. Where we leave off. I've gotten a few hours here and there. Amanda replies, like pulling all-nighters is nothing new. You know I can handle it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Sam pulls open the lowest desk drawer. Empty. Don't worry, I'm not forcing you to sleep. Good, because you'd lose that argument, Amanda grins. Even if you wanted to, I don't think you could. Sam glances at the energy drink cans scattered across the room. Looks like a shrine to some energy god. Oh, I could have so much fun here, but not kicking her when she's down. I'll wait till later. It'll be more fun that way. Long flight, and I need to be downtown early tomorrow. I thought you didn't have to report in so soon. Amanda pauses, seeing Sam's lack of expression. No time off between graduation and getting the shackles? The academy was protocol, just hoops to jump through. They've had me consulting since I got there. Anything interesting, Amanda asks. Nothing I can talk about. And no, I'm not sharing because it's you, so don't even try. Sam moves to the kitchen, grabs a roll of garbage bags from under the sink, and pulls a couple free. None taken, Amanda returns. I figured you'd have secrets. None taken implies that, like, she'd said no offense or something. also, maybe this should be no offense, but I'm not sharing just because it's you. Although just because, of course, in dialogue, I make exceptions to that rule because I usually don't want that pairing of words just because. All right. So what this seems out of context, this response, because I expect her here to have something like no offense or not to hurt your feelings or something to that accord. And then she's like, no, I'm not offended. Okay. But here it just says nothing I can talk about. And no, I'm not sharing because it's you. So don't even try. Amanda could just say fine, and that would make sense, or shrug, or par for the course, or per usual, or something to that accord, and it would all fit the context above. So Sam's dialogue line doesn't flow with Amanda's response. Doesn't seem to flow. I'm going to say seem because I could be missing something. Doesn't seem to flow. Seem to flow. Yes, got it. I figured you'd have secrets. Had big plans for your homecoming. Section 6. You did? Like what? Sam tosses the garbage bags onto the counter. Really? Amanda asks. Yeah, Sam adds, feeling a blush rise. Didn't expect that, did you? So not fair. It is what it is, Sam teases. The feeling's mutual. Amanda arches an eyebrow. I have a hard time believing that. I know, but it's true. I just have to take your word for it. No, take your own. You don't need to be afraid of expressing your feelings. Amanda's gaze drops. Old habits die hard. Okay, so we have like Sam admits, Sam teases, Amanda arches an eyebrow, but we're lacking some internal feelings in this section right here. Internal thoughts. Like, how does Sam feel about Amanda? I kind of wonder, because this seems like a little more personal than it seems informational. Okay. I had to pause and had to run around and take care of some business, and I'm back. So we're going to go, I remember here, so we're going to start right here and go again. I know that I asked for some extra internalization and things like that up here. I remember that. And we talked about the Amanda and Sam things. I've talked about that. Okay. Amanda's gaze drops. Old habits die hard. You've got some old ones, Sam teases. No kidding. Century old or millennia. Good thing she's not hearing this. I'd be in so much trouble. It's okay. I get it. Yeah, well, I wish you didn't. Amanda sighs. Ouch. That's not what I meant. Amanda chews her lip for a second. So here's another opportunity. You could use she instead. I'm just going to color we're re-highlighting with pinkish. Pink. Okay. And yeah, I know. You know. But it's frustrating. Sam inclines her head. So what were you working on when I got here? Back to safer ground, away from emotional chaos. Amanda relaxes, slumping into her chair as she drags a hand over her face. Reestablishing a link to the data that feeds the anti-monitor us in real time system? It's working, otherwise you'd have waved me off before I got to the door. Amanda chuckles. Yeah, the software is functional, but the intelligence, its ability to assess changes and extrapolate, that's gone. I've realized I rely on it for more than just security. It keeps the place running. Because of the break with the liveware? Yeah, Amanda sighs, brushing her hair off her forehead. I'm running a loop of greatest hits, whatever was handy. With the adding processing power, it'll last a day or two before the bruise is up. If I reestablish the link, I can fix it. And if you don't, Sam glances at Amanda's hand poised over the keys. Here we go, crash and burn in 3, 2, Amanda's voice cracks. Once it's known that the last few years here are a mirage created to deceive anyone watching, I can't even fathom. Sam moves as if to place a comforting hand on her shoulder, but stops, pulling back at the last second. She needs reassurance, not another trigger. Instead, Sam offers, you'll figure it out. Amanda looks at her, doubt clouding her expression. How can you be so sure? 'Cause I'm me, Sam grins. Not modest, but true. I've spent time with that mind of yours. I know how it works. You built the system. You know it inside out. Once you're calm, you'll fix it. Amanda scoffs, rolling her eyes as she forces a painful turn toward the keyboard. Calm. There's a concept. By the way, welcome back. Sorry about. No need to apologize. I didn't expect a warm homecoming anyway. I had a feeling I'd walk into something unpleasant. Fitz. I read that a little bit wrong, but I'm kind of wondering, I feel like, did she do a welcome, like, we're going to go with green. And that also marks my spot. So when I scroll around, I don't get lost. But when I go back here, I feel like they had a talk about coming home. So now I want to go back and find it. Still looking. Did I miss it? Am I wrong? I feel like she said something to her when she got, maybe it was an internal, maybe it was Sam internalizing that how she wanted to, like, welcome home, like, sarcastically or something. Oh, it's going to bother me. Okay, I paused so that you guys didn't have to wait for me in silence to find what I'm talking about. So it's a proper hello might be in order. So I feel like they kind of did a greeting here, but I can also see how this is playing out with it still working the way it is. Because, like, sometimes if you do, it's actually kind of real in a good way, because, you know, you come home and things are messed up or something's happened and you don't get to greet someone until later, not the way you really want to. So it's like the second welcoming, like, and you're teasing. Oh, damn, Amanda adds, laughing at Sam's expression. A proper hello might be in order. So there's a greeting done here. I'm going to put it in green just for you to not text. I don't want to put it in text. I want green highlight. Okay. So you do have two greetings, but the way that this scene plays out, it makes sense that you kind of like, you know, now she's kind of gone full circle in her feelings. She's really meaning it this time and has some more full attention to it. So it is working in that respect, but I do want to point it out that I noticed it. And then I'm having a reader musing of what with the mirage. Okay, so I knew they were watching these monitors, but I don't feel like up until this point we really knew what exactly they were watching on the monitors. And now it's like revealed that this is a mirage. I have to find it, the mention of it, because it was reading well, so I kept going. Okay, Amanda's voice cracks. Once it's known that the last few years here are a mirage created to deceive anyone watching. What exactly does this entail? What does this mean? That is a reader musing. I noticed that. It stood out. And I am just like, what the what? Okay. We're going to keep going. No need to apologize. I didn't expect a warm homecoming anyway. But I had such big plans for when you came home. And then you're all early. Oh, I can so explore this. Like what? Clean the place up for starters. Door. What does the door have to do with this conversation? The doorbell rings. Sam glances at Amanda. No security feeds popping up on the monitors. Unexpected. Opening the door, she finds a young man holding a prescription bag. He startles when he sees her. Did you just got back? Get. Do we want get? His eyes move everywhere but to Sam, trying not to look obvious. Sam catches the subtle glance inside. Sweating bullets. Okay, I'm going to point. We're going to add this one to our list. We're going to add sweating bullets to the list of glaring daggers and deafening silence, and we're going to call it an overused phrase. So I'm going to give it a lovely peachy color as an overused phrase, and suggest that because it's an internal thought, and you could choose to still use it. There's obviously nothing wrong with it. So you could choose to use it knowing that it's an overused phrase. You could choose to use it because it's an internal thought. And sometimes we think in overused, repetitive ways. And so that fits. But I'm going to point out that I noticed it, and you might want to consider changing it to another whatever observation that kind of implies the same thing that you're trying to achieve. Don't have to be FBI to notice that one. Definitely hiding something. Have we met? Sam asks, pulling out her wallet. I've delivered here before. Good tips, he says. His tone reeks of How about reeking of fake confidence? Reeks of fake confidence. He says, his tone reeking of fake confidence. Reeks? No, leave it the way you have it. He says, I think the he and the his, I'm like, oh. He says, his tone reeking of fake confidence. His tone reeks of fake confidence. Maybe take the he says out of it. Yeah. And just go with like, what does this dude look like? What did she say he looked like? A young man holding a prescription bag. I've delivered here before. Good tips, he says. His tone reeks of fake confidence. His tone reeking of fake confidence. He reeks of fake confidence. How about we omit tone and say he reeks of fake confidence. Fiend, fake, whatever. Where do I sign? She asks, handing him a couple of bills. No need. Signatures on file. He takes the money and sprints down the hallway. This is weird. Wait. It's alerting me of something. Sam watches him go. Yeah, that's not shady at all. Well, she probably does tip well, but still. She pulls the bottle from the bag, turning it in her hand. Amanda's name, prescription number, check. Wait, not okay. She pops it open, counting the pills. Don't crap. Too late. In Birmingham, they love the governor. Oh boy. Echoes in her mind from Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama. I'm not jumping to conclusions. Y'all might, but I'm not. Innocent until proven guilty. We should be able to agree on that. You can gloat if I'm wrong. She waits as her thoughts remain silent. Waits until her thoughts, I guess. I'm trying to think, are they her thoughts? The committee come across as her thoughts. I'm wondering if we should reference the committee separate from Amanda's thoughts, as they are their own sentient consciousness, I'm gathering. And so even though they're heard internally through Sam, if we, like, she waited for them to quiet. I'm musing over that. It's something to think about is, do you want, I'm able to kind of figure it by the consistency of you using lyrics to be the committee's voice or to imply that the committee is speaking. But you also have an opportunity, if you want, to refer to the thoughts that are the committee's as their own voice, separate of herself, because she has her own thoughts independent of them, and you have an opportunity to make that very clear in choosing that. But it could also be a style. I don't know. There's a lot to muse about that. It's entirely your personal choice. I'm just toying with all the options you have available to you. Okay. She waits as her thoughts remain silent. I thought they haven't remained silent. They were just going. So grow silent, grow silent, go silent, quiet. Because they weren't silent. They were doing all this. Okay. Yeah, I can just feel you waiting. I hear crow isn't a tasty meal. Oh, what's that? You're not eating it? We'll see. You don't think she can change? Well, you might be used to being judge, jury, and executioner, but you're with me, and the jury part of that involves actual facts, not conjecture and biased opinion. Sam fills a glass of water, grabs the garbage bags, and heads back to the desk. When was the last time you refilled your prescription? She drops a couple of pills into Amanda's hand, settling setting the water nearby. No more accidental shocks, and not giving them more ammunition to work with. So I also want to muse that her shocks, I'm getting it. Is Sam like empathic, or just is like, did she get a zap off of Amanda that was that's like an energetic zap from like her aura, right? Am I getting the right impression from that? Because that's kind of what I've got, is that it was like Sam is sensitive to it, to this energy, to the energy she's radiating, and she feels it physically manifest. If that is the impression you were going for, you could mark that off your box. It's achieved. No more accidental shocks and not giving them more ammunition to work with. Last Wednesday, why? Amanda downs the pills. Same pharmacy, the one up the street? Same guy delivered them? Yeah, Amanda frowns. Her hands freeze over the keyboard. Pay cash? Always less of a trail. Why? You haven't noticed, have you? Sam slides one of Amanda's empty prescription bottles toward her, then places what she just obtained next to it. See a difference? Amanda inspects both, turning them over. No, but that could be a typo, she mutters. On all of them? Sam angles the others to reveal the matching labels. I didn't notice, she admits, her focus narrowing in on how they are all identical. But you're right, that's suspicious. Okay, I want to know. I want to know. We're going to keep going. I want to know what it is. Even more so, I didn't call in your prescription. I used mine assuming you'd get flagged for an early refill. I wanted to avoid attention, yet here it is. I hope you're listening, committee. You'll feel what I feel. Maybe I'll toss in some virtual spices, make that meal a little more palatable. I'm not that callous. Amanda blinks, studying the items. I didn't rig the system. Not saying I couldn't or haven't thought about it. Okay, 2 weeks between refills until this last one? Doubt and irritation ripple through the air, faint but unmistakable. The space hums like static before a storm, all there in the emotional wave, a direct highway to the committee. What, you don't believe me? Amanda adjusts her brace. She knows it's the truth no matter what I say. If you were going to lie, you wouldn't have left evidence. That's so leading. Yeah, committee, I don't have to follow layer rules here. And way too many of you bend them for worse outcomes. You're with me, so you know better. Zip it. My mind is contemplating because she's got two voices in her head. Yeah. So she's got two voices playing on in her head at the same time. That was so leading. Yeah, committee. I can hear her talking back and forth to them. All right. Amanda huffs, testing my reaction. Yep, also testing your dealer friends. Sam pushes off, grabbing the garbage bag, and starts shoveling debris in. Dealer friend? Amanda shoots a piercing look at her. Calling it like I see it. We'll talk more when you're not this. She's on edge, one wrong nudge, and she'll either swan dive, explode, or retreat behind those massive walls. I don't know how to classify what I'm sensing from you here. So undefined until I will define it. No invite to share, committee. I appreciate the beautiful scenery in the mind's eye. I get it. You were there when it was alive and bustling and had the smells. Not crumbly, messes of mysterious enigma. You have those emotional ties to it, and historians are getting it all wrong about what was what. We've had those thought talks, and we can have more. But I'm going to keep pointing out. Me in a loony bin, drugged into drool, helps none of us. She waits, feels the acceptance. Thank you. Yeah. Let's just keep killing each other with kindness. Oh, wait, you're already dead. Score me. I know. I'll pay for that later. Be creative, but not too much. I know I can't get rid of you, so coexistence needs to happen. I think most of us prefer amicable. Deal? Deal. Awesome. Now help with the quiet. All right, that's a really long, rambling conversation between her and the committee. That's pretty long, and it comes off as, it works. I mean, as she muses her way through it, and I get her inner dialogue and typical Sam ramblings. It's long, though. It's long. I think it's long for an eternal thought of conversation. I would look closer at it, see if there's anything you could take out to pare it down. It's just a little bit long. for what it is. It's not really, let me be clearer. It's not propelling you forward. So I would look through to the lines that are going to propel you forward and pare it down to those so that you don't have a longer inner rambling between her and the committee when it's not, with that. Okay. And then back here with the prescription, I was waiting for her to say what the difference was. I don't know what the difference was toward the bottles. Because she inspects them both, turns them over. She says, no, but that could be a typo. What was the typo? I'm curious. What did I miss here? Like, I knew that there was something. She said it's very clear that something is off with the prescription, but I'm not sure what it is that's off with it. I missed that. So you may want to make that clearer. And where did I lose my spot? Where's my spot? Oh no, I lost my spot. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I want to do one of those apology things, but it's not Sam rolls her hand near Amanda's face. But that's what got me thinking. I know, dangerous territory, but my mind never stops. Anyway, the pill count's correct. The markings are almost identical. Not to your eye, Amanda says, inspecting the bottles. Counterfeit? Most likely, Sam says, tossing more trash into the bag. If we analyze them, they'd probably be close enough to be the real dosage. She points to the jar with the chip. But how does that tie in? I checked everything before I dropped in. Okay, pausing. All right, so you kind of clarified that we've got the pill count's correct. The markings are almost identical. My brain is also going, basically, whoever has apparently messed with her prescription still is giving her the correct medication. Because they could kill her try to kill her if they wanted, if they're having someone bring her counterfeit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really dangerous. It's a medication. Someone's bringing her medication and I'm just curious about this. Okay. I guess you're going to give it to me. I need to quit stopping and just read. But at the same time, I'm having inner dialogue. And so these are my musings and that's what we do. So we're going to keep going. I checked everything before I dropped it in. Amanda twists back to her keyboards. She hovers for a moment and starts attacking the keys. Every frequency, every scan we could think of. Nothing. I even reviewed the history from when we first tracked it. Okay, not saying you missed something, but maybe it's on a level you don't read. That you can with your crystal bits? I can go for that. Yeah, let's leave it there for now. It's a lot. Do you have the schematics? Give me a second. Amanda's hands blur as she inputs commands. What's your line of thinking? What did I miss? That's the strange part. It's more of a gut feeling than an aha moment. Something's connected. Sam moves closer. Amanda winces, shifting to give Sam a better view of the data. You can't see it? That's troubling. I'm coming in blind, so it's more about what you're not seeing right now. This is where I do that apology thing, so accepted as intended. Got the feels, Sam says, working the keys. Love that. What's your gut telling you? Feelings of impending doom. The danger's there, but it's not imminent. That's good. Also bad, Amanda murmurs. Anticipation's worse than the actual event. Sometimes. The pre-current post mess I've got, it's jumbled. Makes them dread what's happened coming before it happens. Fear's always worse than the fight itself. There it is. Sam rests her hand on Amanda's shoulder. A tactic you know well. You've mastered it. Sam, don't do this, Amanda whispers, her eyes closing. Shush, I'm not doing anything drastic, just testing a theory. Amanda stays still as Sam's hand moves to her neck. Their breathing sinks. After a couple of minutes, Sam steps back, breaking the connection. Amanda looks up, waiting for answers, but Sam remains quiet, watching as Amanda's body tenses in pain. Sorry, I was blocking, not used to the release there. Have you tested for any unfriendly presences and concentration? Sam asks. No, haven't had to. Haven't had a reason to, Amanda forces out, pausing to catch her breath. I could be the cause of this. I might be killing them because of something in my meds. That's what I'm getting. Or maybe it's just a reaction. It's touching that thread somewhere. How bad? Amanda asks, looking at withering plants. Looking at the withering plants? The withering plants? No, I kind of like withering plants. Be stingy, girl. All right, not when I first met you bad, but bad enough to affect things sensitive to it. Like you, Amanda's eyes meet Sam's. I meant your plants, but yeah, I qualify. Sam taps the prescription bottle in her hand. You cultivated them to react to the onyx, to strengthen weaker aspects, kind of like a defense mechanism. Amanda shakes her head. I want to disagree, but I can't. How did I get so out of balance? We knew this could maybe happen, but with all the precautions we took, subtle, slow changes don't feel like anything. I think I know what's triggering my sense of danger around you. She taps the bottle. Any chance you're addicted? Amanda opens her mouth to deny it, but stops. Could be. The loss of control, it's not something you're used to. Weakens your defenses, distracts you and them. Sam runs her fingers through a planter of withered grass. Maybe you've been focusing your attention on something mundane. She waves the bottle away from the onyx. Amanda nods, her expression darkening, leaving a window for it to gain a foothold. Just enough that I wouldn't notice, but they did. We can check the logs, but I bet they tried to warn you, Sam says, pushing off the desk. Amanda slumps, her fingers tightening into fists before she unleashes a flurry of typing. That one read kind of awkward. Amanda slumps, her fingers tightening into fists before she unleashes a fury of typing. There we go. I probably recalibrated them out as anomalies, subconscious self-sabotage. So you've got 3 S words in a row. I think it's tongue twister to say out loud, but it would read silently just fine. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Sam grabs the garbage bag and continues cleaning up. I'm going to suggest, well, no, you've got this action before dialogue too. Okay, I was going to suggest moving the dialogue in front on that, but I think it's fine. Why would someone do this? Amanda mutters, staring at the screen. It's not like I don't have enough issues controlling this without outside interference. Don't make it all about you, Sam chuckles, tossing a half-eaten container in the bag. Don't go conspiracy on me. I've got enough of those bouncing around in my head. Your dealer friend just wants to expand his business. Legit prescription, paid in cash, delivered to your door, perfect target, and given we're in hiding, you're not going to rock his boat. He couldn't know that. No, but opportunity presents itself. I should have seen this. I was right there, plain as day. I ignored it. Amanda points to the recalibration log on the screen. Small potatoes, Sam reminds her. Compared to the onyx, this is amateur hour. 1 or 10 tubers, no worries. But then when there are thousands, that's when things multiply. Keep working on that metaphor, Amanda chuckles, shaking her head. But I see your point. One issue's manageable. It's manageable. Multiply it, sneaks into everything. Exactly, not my best work. Let's just say needs more refinement. I'll keep at it. Hey, can potatoes be used as seasoning? Amanda squints. No, they're a staple. Bland, starchy, full of carbs. They don't flavor things, but they need flavoring. Why? Random thought, Sam shrugs. Figured you'd know given your plant expertise. Amanda raises an eyebrow. Internal musings? You know, just trying to make the meal more palatable. You're hearing this, committee. Mediation, my thoughts, yours. Let's move on. She waits, feeling the internal acceptance before letting a grin slip onto her face. Okay, I feel like we have definitely had a grin slip more than once. Other thought, we need to pick a color. Let's go with like a dusty teal color. May want to search this word combo to see if it comes up more than once. I think it does. I could be wrong. But I'm also kind of thinking, all right, so I thought Sam liked the plants, but now it seems like Amanda's the one that's not only like she's using them to power her. She's using them for energy to power the computers. And so the plants are, I kind of knew they were relevant to some purpose for all the mention of them in prior chapters. So I thought I knew they had a purpose, but I didn't know what it was yet. And then Garrett approached it as though Sam liked them, and Amanda has kind of acknowledged that Sam likes them, but it's actually Amanda that's using them for energy, is what I'm gathering. And now the plants are dying because Amanda's not well. If I'm getting, that's what I'm gathering. Okay. If I'm not right, we probably need to look at you'll know where to look and what to do. Okay. Back to my thing. Is it reversible? Amanda asks. That's your area of expertise, Sam replies, tying off the garbage bag. I find the problems, you work the solution, at least on this one. Amanda types like it's second nature. Not always, but fine. What's your take on the invasive tech species? She glances toward the chip. Related, not direct, Sam says, her eyes drifting to the jar. It definitely ramped up your paranoia. Normally, I'd brush it off, add it to the list of failed surveillance attempts, Amanda mutters, shaking her head. But the timing, the link going down, and then her hand grazes the row of grass at the back of her desk. You blew it up, made it bigger than it was. It got to you, Sam says. A ticking bomb that hasn't gone off yet. Committee, I'm waving you off here. I know you've got thoughts, but Amanda Unleashed is not something we need right now. She gets a respectful bow from the committee. Nice way of saying I freaked out, Amanda offers. On the surface, yeah, but underneath, way more complicated. You weren't just freaking out, you were being pulled in every direction, none of them safe. Deeper down, the way you see it, it was manipulated, wasn't it? Ish, the Onyx is evolving, but as we said, it channels through you. So maybe they're involved, maybe not. Or maybe they're innocent, Sam shrugs, adding, though innocence and Onyx don't exactly mix for me. I can't give them grace. That's how people like you end up dead. Even a little trust is too much. She's right, but rushing to judgment, that's dangerous too. There's a return feeling of agreement from the committee. But if we accuse without proof, we might make things worse. Remember, you and the Onyx negotiated mutual survival. I wouldn't be here without their help, without the committee. Help with the committee. The what? Amanda looks up, confusion flashing across her face. That's what I named the past lives in the crystal, Sam smirks. We both know they are present, and they don't like to identify themselves. Still, they've been less passive than I'd like during negotiations. Amanda smirks. I'll give you that, since I get how you negotiate. But if you need me to kick their asses, let's not go there, Sam interrupts. You not being what they expect is why we're getting agreements right now. Okay, let me know if you need help. My ego's fed in so many ways. Amanda leans back, her chair emitting a long squeak. I'm sure it is. Sam tosses more takeout containers into the bag. Now, why'd you go destructo juice instead of manipulating the stream? Knee-jerk reaction, something felt off. How so? Amateurish design broadcast Wi-Fi script kitty level, Amanda mutters, drumming her fingers. But professional in simplicity, anyone within range could listen. No isolation. Uh-huh, go on. Sam encourages, tying off the bag. If it was Steiner, they already think they're getting what they want. They wouldn't risk something this sloppy. Agreed. Next option. Sam rests the bag against the counter and fills a pitcher with water. Not Steiner. Thanks for eliminating that unpleasant scenario. I'm having reader musings at the same time. That so it's becoming clearer that Amanda does not have direct access to the committee and actually didn't think of them as being called the committee, the parents. So now we know that this is something that Sam has named them. So some of my questions are getting answered as we go on. So it looks like I'm having questions that you wanted in the right spots, and then you're answering them as I read on. So that's what I am gathering, and we are going to keep going. Somewhat after info on my legal hacking, Amanda muses. It's viable, high on my list. Agreeing again, Sam replies, watering the plants with systematic care. But wouldn't they target your software instead? Not if they see me as superior, which I am, Amanda says, her confidence building like a warm blanket. Amanda Severin, Queen of Superiority. Committee, you're being weirdly quiet. I almost like it. Maybe we can define this better. You're amenable? Oh, I see plans. Fine. That's overconfident speak. While unlikely, it's not impossible. True, Amanda concedes, though still smug. But even if they found me, I'm careful. Other than you, Garrett, and maybe Steiner, though I want to give him more credit than he deserves, none of my online identities trace back to me. I'm pausing again. So when I'm reading some of the interactions between the internal thoughts between Sam and the committee, it seems like I'm missing one. Okay, Amanda Severin, Queen of Superiority. Committee, you're being weirdly quiet. I almost like it. Maybe we can define this better. You're amenable? Oh, I see. Plans. Fine. So that is they don't speak to her. They're not speaking to your reader. They're only thoughts that Sam can see. But in prior things, I feel like, oh, I know what it was. You stated what the thought was of the committee, or it's implied by her dialogue, like it is here. Okay, we're good. I'm just reasoning it out. Whatever it is we choose to do, we just got to be consistent in the way we do it. Okay. I know, Sam chirps, continuing to water the plants. Steiner gets a pass. I know what happened there. It didn't happen to me, so it's not my place to judge. But you want to. I wasn't present second or third hand. You and your roles. And your lack of. I didn't judge then, so don't me now. Another one of those apology moments. Legit, we're good, but I'm still questioning whether the Onyx let it happen. Am I going to lose points if I divert? Because I'm not sure how to. Nope, totally fine and appreciated. Okay, so we have no dialogue tags there and no actions. I liked her watering the plants. That's something good. You could use a facial expression or some implied tone of voice, although if I read it the way you wanted, it kind of worked. Typically, I wouldn't go more than three back and forths without something. So there's kind of a lot of not anything right there but dialogue. I'd kind of look for dialogue or in some kind of movement, visual or action in between. At least that's like 1, 2, that's 8. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8. It's a little bit of a long stretch, even though the dialogue pieces are short. So I don't know. I don't know if there's. It could be fine. I'm going to stop myself. Oh, but this, if you take out the section 10, we're going on to 10, 11. But we have back to dialogue tags and we have action again. I'm just going to keep reading, and I observed it and I pointed it out. Appreciated, a simple listening device wouldn't get them much, Amanda says. Except for the obvious, knowing when you're here and when you're not. Sam pulls withered foliage from a plant, her fingers brushing over brittle leaves. Beneath the decay, life still clings. See that? Not poking, just pointing. Amanda presses her lips together, considering. Run with it. Let's see where it goes. Okay, Sam smiles. She scans the apartment, sorting possibilities in her mind. Cursory check. You've got hundreds of thousands in equipment. Outside looks basic, but inside, prototypes, top of the line, not on market. Sound right? Accurate. If you want the details, I'm good with vague. You're a dial-a dealer? Easy score for him. Probably wasn't him specifically, though. He's smarter than that. He spots someone else, grabs and hawks it. That's the physical stuff. But intellectually, encryption software worth millions, and that's just what people know about. Tanner's contracts? Done under an alias you helped me build, Amanda mutters, eyes on the screen. Visualware, dream targets, cyber gentex, all layered behind lies. Sam waters the plant with care. Familiar with the patterns because I helped create them. Others could eventually see it. Maybe that's happening already. This invasive visitor could be the start. It looks like a sad little seahorse. Don't crap, tangent. Their males get pregnant too. Pregnant, so cool. They deserve it. They eat like 50 times a day. Crazy metabolism. Their eyes move independently. Oh, can I do that? Why am I trying to do that? Stop with the weird, nice perspective, committee. I see danger from all different directions and not just what I see. Wow, how many years of no, I don't want to do the math. Appreciate the perspective. Enjoy your not tater spiced meal. You started it. Oh my God. Such a Sam rambling. Such a Sam rambling. I like the rhythm to this one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Amanda watches Sam, noticing her drift into thought. Sam. I'm gonna say notices. Amanda watches, noticing her drift into thought. Sam. Thoughts wandered, you were saying? I'm wondering if I should be worried. I'm fine, just processing new threads, stuff I blocked while I was away. Go on, clear path, focal point. All linked to aliases. My fingers are there, but not really. They think they developed it. Some happy accidents or bought out competitors. Helpful focus. Okay, I'm like musing this out. So I'm gathering it's almost like they implant thoughts in, she implanted thoughts in people from her. It's like she's the puppet master. If she's at a bank of computers creating a mirage powered by the plants in the room, and she's implanting thoughts in people. Maybe. Is that what I'm gathering? Am I getting this right? Okay. Helpful focus. Committee, I get it. You're curious. That's probably where I get it. You know, libraries and me. Hell no on Google. Why? Don't argue semantics. My offered compromise 15 minutes in the assessment of legitimate info. So let's table the seahorse thing for now. Yes, I'm blocking you. And no, most of you never saw the ocean, just lakes. Deal with it. So it's like, what is the committee offering her that is of value? Because they're going on a tangent of seahorses, and are they the ones giving her the lyrics to the songs? Yeah, they are. That's how they were talking to her. I'm just like, they're there, but are they giving her anything of value besides chaos? It's just like they're creating chaos in her mind. Okay. I'm a little annoyed for her, honestly. Okay. Sam sees Amanda waiting for a response. Lots going on, tangents flying. Focus now, the base code, the brains behind it all. It's here, isn't it? Amanda shifts in her chair. Yeah, I see your point. Glad someone does. And what about the one only we know about? The bridge you made between them. Sam touches a wilting bush, watching it green up. Okay. So, which one of them's bringing it back to life? Is it Sam watering it, or is it a mutual thing between the two of them? I'm curious about that. And you have this read okay, but I fumbled over it a bit, and it's because the two ON sounds, I'm just going to observe it. It's probably read fine silently, but I tripped over it. I'm going to acknowledge it. You know what? I guess I could. I'll just give it a little, we've kind of used all the colors at this point, right? Did we use, we did a peachy color. Let's go with gold. Just the two ON sounds. And what about the one only we know about? So if I slow down, I'd read it fine. But if I'm reading it with the rhythm and the flow, I kind of tripped over it. I know why I tripped over it. It's not necessarily a problem. If you're reading silently, it'd probably be fine. So I'm going to observe it and we're going to move on. I can't explain it, not even to you. That's fine. Information overload I don't need. It's your thing. Proprietary. Is it? Can they talk to each other without you? Duh, yes, but us higher beings, she air quotes, we can't hear them. They've been fine without us for, well, forever. Exactly, there's this whole hidden world, secrets of nature, and I'm cool with not knowing the details. But think, liveware, rare, maybe one of a kind. What would one be worth on the open market? Impossible to calculate. Amanda pauses, then turns to look at Sam. Are you trying to? No, price tags aren't my thing, but others definitely. Capitalism at its worst. A lot of people would want in. Assuming they know these exist, most wouldn't last a day outside this environment, but you know that. Amanda counters and receives a nod to continue. Some can't even breed without me, but that doesn't mean some idiot wouldn't try. Even a carcass could be useful. So Amanda's made these plants. She's nurturing them and keeping them alive and using them for power and to... I don't think I'm getting the full scope of the plants, but I'm kind of getting these. Those are the things I am getting. You really wanted to say dead one there, didn't you? Yeah, but I didn't want to because they're not. Sam raises her hand, cutting her off. I know, and I don't want the details. That's your thing, and it keeps away from my steel trap brain. Some things should stay special, not searchable. This one, she touches to a small flower. A small flower. Probably knows what this one does, but in their own language, she grazes another. You've got backups, and I don't need to know where. I just imagine some ancient tree older than dirt. Sam, nothing's older than dirt. It came first. You know what I mean. Metaphorical, not literal, got it. Yeah, those feelings there. So anyone looking for a payday has the resources to invest. Sam continues watering the plant by the window. Its tendrils sway as it greens back to life. So why the cheap transmitter? For a prize like this, they'd expect serious security. Amateurs wouldn't last a second. Amanda throws her hands up as the system links. The room's temperature rises. The plants move as if touched by a breeze. The lights flicker, then stabilize. Finally, Amanda breathes. Sam feels the shift in the apartment and Amanda. Anonymity used to be our best protection. Steiner's paranoia kept an eye on things. Anyone moving in would have to get past him. A thief wouldn't make it out the door, Amanda adds, but then frowns. You said used to. I did, Sam confirms. Hard to believe someone would sit on all this potential and do nothing. Okay. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna take a drink of water. I'll be right back. All right, my mouth was drying up on me. Hard to believe someone would sit on all this potential and do nothing. She bites her lip. as you called him Dyla dealer, Steiner should be all over that. Where does he go after here? Who does he report to? Where does he get, she picks up a bottle of meds, rattling, this. You called in yours, so why the wrong labeling? She flicks through a few others, not noticing the cloned label. That's like Steiner, that's like serving, it's the SS. That's like serving Steiner an offer on a silver platter. Okay, what did we go with? Did we go with like dark gold for the, did we do gold or orange? I can't remember. Was it gold? I think it's gold. Be consistent. Yep, it's gold. When the sounds are the same. An offer on a silver platter. Why isn't he busting down my door? Our door, Sam corrects. But yeah, Sam, I don't know. I've been back for less than an hour. You've been alone here for weeks. Ah, clarity. And one of those apology things again. That's what Steiner's been after. You figured it out in less than however long you've been home not looking at my watch. You're not wearing one, but get it. Amanda looks to her wrist. I don't recall when. Wait, I do. When Garrett was here. He didn't steal your watch. How do you know? Because it's right here. Sam lifts. Oh, sorry. We had like a comma. Okay. Sam lifts it from the soil of the planter, feeding the vegetation, acting as curtains. She tosses it to her. Okay. Amanda catches it. Thanks. This ties to something you know but can't talk about, right? So back to Steiner. Or someone on his team, Sam suggests, pouring the last of the water and moving back to the kitchen island. Someone who knows the system well enough to exploit it without triggering alarms. Someone targeting Garrett, you, and me. Amanda's eyes widen. Damn. She grabs her crutches, her movements quick despite her injury. Oh, look at you go. Don't let me interrupt. Wait, Peanut Gallery, no comments? Still stuck on seahorses? Yes, I can find ways to get to places in the ocean where humans can't go. We have this stuff called technology and science. Yes, it's where some live. Just wait. Give me more time, and I'll give you yours. Okay, we're all going to have to learn how to live together. I know. A dormant isn't your thing, but active kills me, which also ends you. Not a threat, just facts you provided. She waits. Yes, you may add that to the inquiries. Can I focus now without you interrupting? A feeling of apology comes from them. Bless your little hearts. Sam meets Amanda's gaze. Still learning to trust your instincts? Better when someone points it out. I'm more worried about you. You keep checking out. The crystal, the committee, negotiating. They don't like you. That's established. But they're occupied right now. Dare I ask? Seahorses and other sea creatures? Amanda blinks. How does that? Sam points to the chip suspended in the jar. It looks like one, and they're curious. Imagine a few thousand cats and then multiply it. Multiply it. And we know what happens to curious cats, so don't feed into it. It doesn't look like no more fuel it. No more fuel it. How about don't fuel it? Don't. How about don't? Don't fuel it. I've got it under control. I can not threaten. They're being quiet and researching from what I call the useless information file. Let's use that. Amanda smiles. New things to adjust to? Yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, I'm pausing. So I'm not seeing the value of the committee. What are they doing that's helpful? Am I not seeing it yet, but I will? Because right now it just seems like they are like she's saying they're offering her useless information. So what's their purpose? And is she forced to be with them? Can she take the crystal off and put them in a box if they're driving her nuts? I'm unclear as to that. Okay. Getting back. Those were reader musings, getting back to business. Yeah, we'll get into it. Okay, so I overthought it, she mutters, limping toward the outlet strip. She loosens a plug, testing it. Nothing powers down. They exchange smiles. Sometimes the solution's simpler than you think, Sam says. Amanda continues, ICID wouldn't be that direct. They'd piggyback off Steiner's team. They only know what we've let them see. She pulls another cord. Manipulated so Garrett brought it in, Amanda mutters, her movements deliberate. A test of his loyalties, what he knows about you. She glances at Sam. Sam shrugs. You're more into it. You run with your theories. I'll poke later if needed. What if On this sentence, you say, "You're more into it," Sam shrugs. "You run with your theories. I'll poke later if needed." Maybe if you like it. If you don't, you just undo it. I'm gonna suggest it. Boop. Okay. There we go. That's just a suggestion for the flow. Amanda yanks another cord free, different from the other devices, a distraction to pull my focus, see how I'll handle it. "I can go with that," Sam replies. "The real question is, how much do they know about the real me and you?" Amanda pulls the last connection free, wiping her brow as she watches Sam peel off her sweatshirt. Sam unzips her luggage and retrieves an evidence bag, unsealing it with precision, placing it on the counter. "That's a question I can't answer without knowing who they are." Amanda's eyes widen, pointing to the plant. "Is that Otis?" "Yeah," Sam chuckles. "I promised I wouldn't forget to water him. Getting him on the plane was a nightmare. Exotic plant matter, possible toxic agents. I had to classify him as evidence in an imaginary case. Barriers, but," she pokes a hole in the bag, "I made sure he had enough for the trip, though I don't think he's foreign here." "He's fine," Amanda reassures, smiling. "Why didn't you just ship him?" "I didn't trust anyone else, not with the information he's carrying. I couldn't just dispose of him." "I know, plant, not a nice thing to say, but old habits." Amanda glances at the other plants. "You don't have to explain, I get it." Sam taps her temple. "It's all up here, but safety in numbers, right? Backup plans. I'm learning." Amanda finishes with a small smile. "Did he suggest it?" "I don't know how to qualify that." Did he give you Pucky? Did he give you... I'm musing at the same time. Okay. These plants, are they little sentient beings? I mean, what do we got here? So she's got a plant in a bag and I get what she had to do and why, but it has a name. And okay, my plants could you, yeah, I can see you naming your plants. All right. But it almost seems like it's a computer itself. Like it's some kind of, the way that I'm reading this, I'm like, what exactly are these plants more than just, I mean, how are they using them for power? But I'm so confused. Okay. "Did he give you puppy dog eyes?" Amanda teases. "He doesn't have eyes." "Okay, puppy dog feels." Sam throws out her arms, words failing her. "He was disposable in that way, but you didn't." "Maybe there's an attachment," Amanda suggests. "It happened. Is he infectious?" Sam asks. Amanda shrugs. "No clue. I trust you." "He's fine. Plenty of light, just enough water, like you told me. I freaked out about keeping him alive." Sam, "He's a modified cactus. You'd really have to try to kill him. He appreciated the water, but didn't need it." "Did I overwater him?" "No, and even if you had, he wouldn't care. The point is you cared. He could have gone years without attention." "Not a normal cactus, one of your modified ones. That's why customs was such a nightmare." "Shouldn't have been. He's just a cactus on the surface." "Doesn't look like one." Looks are deceptive. Okay, so with this interchange, you could have like a put out expression on someone's face. So one thing I want you to practice next is adding in facial expressions, maybe with a little touch of color here and there. Start sprinkling some of that in there. So I feel like we're laying layers over your work, and it's building into you're adding fibers. So I'm liking what we're weaving here. "Doesn't look like one." Looks are deceptive. Not to customs, but you managed. Grr, Sam grumbles. "Is what it is. He has a copy of your thoughts. Well, the verbalized ones anyway." "Oh, so they can do things. It's almost like it's a computer. So it's like a modified cactus, but is it like a sentient being or a computer or an AI? What? Okay. "Yeah, I was pretty confessional. Is he really okay?" "Look around you. That should be obvious." Sam snorts. "I've been filtering data. It's overwhelming. In your run with Garrett, did you mention my awareness of his role with ICID?" "No, still haven't figured out how to explain what you know about me, the trust, ICID, and him," Amanda admits, rubbing the back of her neck. "For now, it's just what I've told you." Sam grins. "What, having your entire consciousness in my mind for weeks while your body played dead?" "Yeah, I see how that's hard to explain." She works Otis out of the evidence bag. Amanda chuckles, crutching her way over. "I thought that summed it up pretty well." "Okay if I hug you?" Sam nods. "Yeah." Amanda pulls her into a tight embrace. Good gods, I missed you. Missed you too, Sam replies, hugging back. More than I'll admit. They hold on for a long moment, the weight of their shared history pressing between them. Amanda pulls back, glancing around at the disarray in the room. When you look at it from here, Amanda trails off, her voice barely audible. Uh-huh, Sam murmurs, chuckling to cover the tightness in her throat. Focus on the mess, not the emotions. Why would you let it get this bad? Amanda asks of a flower nearby with a pained expression. She reaches for it, then hesitates. Sam stops her. Best not to touch them, you know why. Amanda's voice wavers. I'm toxic. I guess to them. For the moment, yeah. They know you didn't mean it, Sam reassures, sensing Amanda's guilt assembling a protective wall. But I'd have killed them if you hadn't come. Either you learned for them or they from you, she shrugs. Maybe both in how to do it best. Either way, going dormant to preserve, even if you've forgotten. You're forced a lot of that knowledge my direction when we split. So Sam tells Amanda not to touch them, but Amanda's been looking after them while Sam was gone. And then Sam nurtured Otis, who Amanda is like, they're like little beings. Okay. And Amanda's currently toxic. Okay. But she obviously cares and uses the plants too. This is very interesting. Okay. Amanda stares at the plant. Doesn't sound like me being selfless. True, Sam smirks, but even selfish acts can have the same outcome. Amanda tilts her head. Explain. Your work mirrors you, or yours mimics theirs. You know what I mean. Kinda. Without saying too many things you purposefully noted to not share, I was looking from the outside in. I saw things you were doing subconsciously that you weren't aware you were doing. I saw how the onyx shaped your actions, its destructive power, especially with nature, and how you worked around it or with it to your advantage. The onyx. Does that mean I'm losing control? Amanda's voice tremors. Is that how you see it? There's only so much control you can maintain. That's a given. Once the concentration spikes, it's more the onyx than you. Symbiotic in a way, but both sides need each other to survive. You have been aware for as long as my ventures in your memory went. You, this body, she moves her hand up and down, has that balance. Sam knows she doesn't want to hear this, but it's the truth. Amanda drops her gaze, a faint smile tugging at her lips. Yeah, nice way of putting it. You may want to do a search for tugging. Maybe. I'm going to mark it. Tug or tugging. Either one. Maybe just do a search and see how many times it comes up for you. And somehow the scales have been tipped, and this is the sign. You see right through it because of what I left with you when we split. Uh-huh. That's why it hates you, Amanda mutters. Understatement, Sam traces the plant's leaves. You can go dormant to survive, maintain your humanity. The others in the trust can't. It consumes them completely. Amanda swallows. That's why you could forgive me for... Sam raises a finger. Understand is a better word. It wasn't easy at first, but you didn't make excuses. You let me witness and experience its raw form and come to my own conclusions. I didn't let you. Maybe not part of you, but let me have my delusions. Sam pats Amanda's back. Maybe not part of you, but let me have my delusions. Sam pats Amanda's back. I read it better the second time. It worked, so there's that. Lucky for you, I was the one who showed up. Amanda smirks. You make a habit of rescuing me. That's why I'm here, right? Sam teases. So you've got the Amanda Sam thing happening again. You've got Sam, Amanda. But I'm going to keep going. Amanda chuckles, the ease between them returning. That and the chores I can't do, she adds with a sheepish smirk. Uh-huh. She is seeing the upside to it. That's good. I'd help, but... Sam waves it off, moving toward the tangled cables Amanda had unplugged. Not much in here you can touch. Take it easy. You've got rough days ahead. She starts rolling up the first cord. Honestly, I'd rather do this than watch you struggle. So I think it's interesting that Amanda's been in there alone all this time, and she can't touch half of anything. I mean, Okay. Just, if I was Amanda, I'd be frustrated. Okay. Anyway, Amanda settles into a captain's chair at the island and picks up a tablet PC and begins working on it. We've had this discussion before. Your crystal is dormant, and after everything we've been through, it needs to stay that way until you can control it. If you try to heal me, I know, Sam cuts in, firm but not harsh. That's not what I was suggesting. She drops another cord onto the pile, always jumping to worst case scenarios. So I kind of am going to pause. So is the onyx like a crystal that Amanda has, and like I know that Sam's is quartz. So I'm wondering that. And then Sam has this committee that is from the crystal, and yet it's active in her mind, or she's actively hearing it, and yet they're saying it's dormant. So that seems contradictory. So I'm kind of, I guess I'm a little bit uncertain. Okay. How selfish of you, Amanda quips, her grin returning. Learn from the best, Sam replies with a wink, grabbing the next cord. If anyone taught her selfishness, it was Amanda. Amanda raises a brow. Then what? You're the medical expert. I'm sure you've got references for natural remedies, something less addictive that works just as well. Sam turns toward her. I'm surprised you haven't found one yet. Amanda lets out a rueful laugh. Oh, I did long ago, but now the resources are highly guarded trust tech. Even looking into it would send an army after me. Proprietary bites you again, huh? Sam teases, watching as a section of the wall slides open, revealing neatly organized shelves. Of course, hidden compartments. She steals a look over her shoulder. There we go. Amanda smirks, leaning back. Do we have multiple smirking? Do we? I'm going to color it. I'm wondering. If I'm wondering, I'm not going to search. I'm just going to color it for you, and you can run a search. It'll go much faster. Amanda smirks, leaning back. Made a few upgrades while you were away. I'm okay to touch the tech part, right? She asks of the tablet and gets a nod. For convenience, limited mobility and all. It works, and so a you thing. Probably had coded locks and stuff, Sam smiles. I'm updating your access now. Thanks. Though there are these feelings coming off of you I'm not sure about. So do you see self-sabotage as proprietary now, or did I misread that? Amanda's expression shifts. I don't really introspect much on why my feelings are what they are, but since meeting you, I've started thinking more about why I do what I do, she shrugs. Anyway, outside the trust control, there's only one living thing that has what I need. Sam pauses. So there's one? You dummy. Amanda jabs at the playful tone. And no, it can't be synthesized. I've tried. The compound only forms when the brain of a crystal carrier was decaying under specific conditions. The trust made sure all other compounds went extinct. Is decaying? Because this is present. This is active. So if you want that to be this needs to be formed. Anyway, we're going to keep going. Lovely, Sam grimaces. Thanks for not bringing that up sooner. She drops the coiled cords onto a shelf, watching the storage rotate. Always fun being a walking chemical factory. I wonder how many other things. No, make it a note for later and slam that door shut. Let the committee traipse in that minefield. Amanda shrugs. You brought it up. I suggested a non-addictive pain suppressant, not your genetic experiments that indirectly led to mass genocide, Sam replies, turning back toward the computer towers. All while you thought about cutting me into pieces to save yourself. That's disconcerting. I wouldn't. You thought about it, Sam interrupts. Not as strongly as before, but it's still there. I can feel it lurking. I understand, but it still stings. As Sam reaches behind the computer, she notices the tendrils entwined with the cables. One by one, they untangle as she pulls each connection free, reattaching before fading back into their translucent state. It always gives her the eerie feeling the apartment was alive. It always gave her the eerie feeling the apartment was alive. They've gotten better, less wasteful. Especially since your kind became scarce, Amanda comments. Sam raises an eyebrow. Billions of combinations in nature and nothing else works. She talks like nature bends to her will sometimes. Amanda shrugs. Not for us, for the average person, sure. But there's something in that drawer that could work for them. But with me and you, hypervigilant immune systems complicate things. Add in the onyx and emerald, and nothing else works. They have their preferences. Fair point, Sam concedes, but her mind is already turning to other possibilities. What about a sanctuary? Amanda's hands pause, her mutter almost too quiet to catch. This is one of those times I regret not taking those memories from you. Why? Sam stops, sensing something deeper. Amanda sighs. They always took them from me. They didn't when we met, Sam reminds, watching for any cracks in her armor. They did, Amanda replies, frustration leaking through her voice. I'm just going to say frustration leaking through. Or her frustration leaking through. Her, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Do I get? We're not making up new words with GER. The only reason you know about them is because those memories hadn't faded yet. You're still trapped brain. I was in transition, going dormant to survive. You knew how, but were afraid the split wouldn't work. Logical, Sam shrugs. Leaving a copy with me made sense as a safety measure. I know what they are and that they exist, but I don't know where or how to get in. Neither do I, Amanda admits. Since the plane crash, I haven't needed to know. Believe me, it's maddening. Okay, I got totally interrupted and had to go do a whole bunch of parenting and adulting type things, and now I am back to finish up this last section of our read. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to start at this paragraph where I left off. They did, Amanda replies, her frustration leaking through. The only reason you know about them is because those memories haven't faded. You're still trapped brain. I was in transition, going dormant to survive. You knew how, but were afraid the split wouldn't work. Logical, Sam shrugs. Leaving a copy with me made sense as a safety measure. I know what they are and that they exist, but I don't know where or how to get in. Neither do I, Amanda admits. Since the plane crash, I haven't needed to know. Believe me, it's maddening. I'm familiar with maddening, Sam quips. What about that stuff you used when I was recovering from the spinal cord injury? Couldn't that work the same for you? Amanda chuckles. Hate to break it to you, but that was all you. I just provided the smoke and mirrors while you and the crystal did the real healing. Yes, we're present tense. She makes air quotes. The experts can't disprove it, but they sure can't replicate it. A one-time miracle. Had to be based on something real, Sam insists, stacking more cables into the rotating shelf. Stubborn as hell, but if anyone can figure this out, it's her. Will you at least give it a try? For you, yes, Amanda relents. But I'll need something in return, because I don't think I'm the best to do it, vengeful and all. Find out who's lacing the meds. Oh, that's already on my list, Sam flashes a quick smile. Now, about your conversation with Garrett. I need to know where I stand with him. You know, because I work with him now, and Steiner, and I'm a newbie to everyone else. Okay, so now they're saying her meds were laced. I didn't pick up on that earlier. Except, are the reasons she's toxic is because her meds were laced? I'm guessing. How did I miss that? I mean, they were talking about, I knew something was wrong, but I remember earlier trying to muse out what it was. I didn't know if maybe there was some difference in the label. It was not very clear, I think, what it was that exactly. And then I kind of think it got clearer, but I guess I missed it. Amanda hesitates, then raises her voice. Guys, can you... The lights dim, and a hologram of Amanda materializes at her workstation. The monitors blink, displaying the system status from Garrett's visit. 3D hologram, huh? Sam steps closer, impressed. Bored much? A little, Amanda grins, proud of herself. I had some new toys to test. Concept is good, but they need tons of tech and power that, well, the guys provide to at least see if the theories are viable. You know. Yeah, I know, one of a kind, but it has a lot of potential purposes. Okay. I am messing up. The lights dim and a hologram of Amanda materializes at her workstation. The monitors blink, displaying the system status from Garrett's visit. 3D hologram, huh? Sam steps closer, impressed. Bored much? A little, Amanda grins, proud of herself. I had some new toys to test. Concept is good, but they need tons of tech and power that, well, the guys provide to at least... Okay, it's at. This word pairing is a little bit chunky. Well, the guys provide to at least see if the theories are viable. The guys provide... What do the guys provide? Okay, but they need tons of tech and power that, well, the guys provide. Okay. This sentence is not working for me. It's just, okay, so I know to at is part of the problem. And I think maybe the break here, I'm not reading it right. Concept is good, but they need tons of tech and power that, well, the guys provide to at least see if the theories are viable. I'm guessing the plants are producing the power. You might smooth out this sentence. I'm piecing it together. Okay. I think it's this pairing. Okay. Yeah, I know, one of a kind, but it has a lot of potential purposes. We're taking to calling them the guys. Sam moves her hands, implying the plants. Yes. Okay. So I'm right. Yeah, they don't take offense to the gender tag. We tried acronyms, but a 5-page one doesn't roll off the tongue. She chuckles. Amusing that the plants are like, so are they connecting with her energetically or consciously? Can she hear them? Like, do they, I mean, obviously it sounds like they're speaking to her. We tried voting. Either that or she's being funny. Because, I mean, she is being funny. But I can't tell if she's serious or not because there's so many other things that are going on here. We tried voting, but it was pretty much one for every species. Then they didn't like to be classified and grouped. New level of politics, but still easier than the human variety. It seems like Sam is rubbed off on Amanda. I'll take your word on that because I'm feeling it. Something you can share with me later? I can put together a summary for you, but yeah, they settled on guys because we use it in a gender neutral way, and most of them are. Okay, because Sam, Amanda. We've got no dialogue tags, but it should be okay with 1 or 2 lines since it's only the 2 of them. Cool. I like and no rush on the summaries. Does it interfere with your stream? Sam asks. Okay, wait. You got quotations here. No quotations here, so I'm expecting the sentence to continue, but there's a quotation here. All right. Sam asks, waving a hand through the holographic Amanda, crutching toward the kitchen. Nope, separate processing units. Amanda's grin turned sly. You could sync them and sneak off for some alone time. Bonus, Sam chuckles, appreciating Amanda's foresight. I knew you'd like that. Once the system's back to full power, it can render the entire room in perfect detail. Sam steps closer to the hologram. Cool. The delay between rendering and reality is just over 30 seconds, Amanda beams, clearly enjoying the compliment. Not long to make adjustments. Not many needed, Amanda continues, but it'll take a bit to adapt to your new patterns. Someone's gained a little muscle while she was away. Not to mention a gun, a badge, and probably an attitude to match. Sam snorts. Yeah, and someone's lost a few pounds. She eyes Amanda's thinner frame. Not surprising considering she's running on fumes. Probably doesn't help that you haven't slept or eaten properly. She picks up a half-empty takeout container, wrinkling her nose. And this? The energy drinks alone? You'd think you own stock in the company. I don't recognize the brand. Not yet, Amanda grins, pushing her hair back. But I'm thinking about it. Small local company, responsible business practices, good environmental impact. One we, she gestures towards the plants, can respect. The formula is safer than most because of the sweetener they use. Had a hand in that, Sam teases, though curiosity flickers in her eyes. Amanda chuckles. All right, you may want to do a search for chuckles. Maybe. There we go. Inadvertently, yeah. Remember, of course you do. A few years back when the moss strain got out of control. The one with an affinity for all things yuck, Sam asks, amused. Amanda laughs. Yeah, that one. You suggested I put it to good use, discreetly. So we let it loose near that old landfill, and it did its job and then some. She shakes her head in mild disbelief. Eventually it crossbred with a friend and made its way into a farmer's strawberry field. A few cycles later, and voila, unique patented sweetener. It only grows for a select few. I think they latched onto the farmer so it resists mass production. Sam chuckles, impressed. Yep, we definitely want to look up chuckles. Leave it to Amanda to accidentally create a multi-million-dollar biotech solution. So that's why you're considering investing in it? Your aversion to big corporations swooping in? Exactly, Amanda's smile widens, like she's just won an argument. Nature thrives on diversity. That it does. Sam continues tidying the apartment, her movements precise as she listens to the hologram replaying Garrett and Amanda's conversation. She watches Garrett's holographic form enter the room with the plant, noting every detail, but something feels off. Why can't I read them like usual? Sam frowns, realizing how much she depends on her senses to pick up the subtleties in people's energy. Without that, it all feels detached, like a vital layer of understanding has been stripped away. Watching this without sensing the tension beneath the surface feels wrong. Amanda glances over, sensing Sam's shift. You okay? Sam snaps out of it, forcing a smile. Yeah, just weird watching without the full spectrum, you know? It's like seeing half the picture. Amanda's expression tightens before she nods. Yeah, I get that. She hesitates before adding, You're not the only one feeling off. Sam raises an eyebrow but doesn't press. Whatever's weighing on Amanda can wait. This mess is enough for now. She resumes clearing the clutter, her mind circling Garrett's visit. Does he know what he walked into, or is he just as in the dark as we are? Okay, looks like this is the end of the chapter. So you were definitely getting a groove here. You are starting to weave, and you've got thought and action, and your dialogue was always there. So yeah, you are definitely making progress. I'm really happy for you and very excited. So I am going to, I think, go do my first read for Dawn Trike. I tried to do it earlier and we worked out some editing access, and now I've got it. So I am ready to work on that. So I will see you guys next time on Mystery Red Reads.